a card sort. You'll have so much test. There's no card sorting, there's so much scoring. You can go do this all over the place. So, essentially, these are just little cards that have a bunch of different potential features of the product. As I said, we're still working on developing this, and so there's a lot of cards here to read through. But these all have a potential feature of this kind of product on them. And essentially, I'm going to give you 3 categories. You have must-have. If you are going to engage with this product, right, you're going to whatever buy it. It has to happen, right? This is nice to have. I like these, but if this product didn't have it, not a deal breaker. I still want to use it. And then this is the not interesting to me. So these things wouldn't do anything for me. That could either mean you don't like the idea or you don't think you would ever use that.
Okay.
Right. So that's what goes here. And essentially, you just lay out the cards.
Okay.
In a row. Okay. And then if there are things that you really, really love, we have little green love it cards. You just put that on. Just put that with the thing that you really love.
All right.
So I'll give you those. We're gonna give you a few minutes. Have a piece. I'm gonna go make myself some drink or just want to drink. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Excellent. See, you're not hard to quit, right?
No, did people get nervous about this part, or is it just me?
No, that's what people be like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not something you do on a regular basis, so, you know, not something typical.
I used to have to do a lot of like ink blot tests and stuff as a kid, so I was like,
No, this is not so deep as all that.
Yeah, I was not going to.
No ulterior motive here.
Yeah,
do
no.
you need to see these?
Yeah, can you spread them out a little bit more?
Yeah.
Okay, and I just want to take pictures of them. Because we're gonna talk through it, but I just want to make sure I have some pictures, so since the camera's only facing you, not the digital.
How long were you all out there for?
We came in yesterday, we're leaving tomorrow. I was out here last week, I have a family out here, so I was out here last week.
Oh, okay.
LA is like my second favorite place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live in Boston, so everyone in Boston's like, why do you live in LA?
I still haven't been up there, I need to get up there.
Boston?
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. Boston's great. But it's definitely different,
Mm-hmm.
weather-wise, attitude-wise, it's a very different place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very different place. So I love to come to LA, especially in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
When I came here last week, I came in, it was 30 degrees in Boston, and starting to snow, and my plane took off. I got here, it was 75 and sunny, and I was like,
Yeah.
yes.
I love getting off the plane, but I hate just like right when you walk outside of LAX, it's just complete madness.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, bad.
Yeah.
That's what I like about where I live.
Did you grow up in
Virginia?
Virginia? Oh, okay, yeah. So you're an East Coaster too? So,
Yeah.
yeah. And you lived up in Berlin?
I live in Santa Monica.
Santa Monica.
Yeah.
Santa Monica's beautiful.
I love it.
Yeah, I love Santa Monica. I being on top of the parking garage where I am. So one of these streets over here faces the ocean. So I was
Mhm.
like, oh, the ocean.
I'll just stay here.
I'll just stay here. Can people come here?
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about what were your must-haves, especially your love-its, and why.
Okay. So this one I thought it would just broadcast with your phone or computer screen along with the camera in one feed. I think it's just very efficient.
Yeah.
That was the first thing that came to mind. I just, I thought the whole purpose, I feel like this is kind of like the entire purpose of
Right. Yeah.
So I felt like that I would need it, love it. Broadcast your phone, broadcast multiple cameras. So I like this idea. I feel like I would grow into this.
Okay.
So I think it would. That's a big efficiency thing with me too.
Okay.
So if you could have a bunch of different angles, or like maybe you could have, I guess I don't know if you could, but have people connect together, where it's like on live on one feed.
Is that something you think of, like, in terms of, like, if you were going to do a fitness workout or some kind of,
Yeah. So
here's how you do this particular move, and you
Mhm.
could do it with different cameras and have people,
Yeah.
it would all,
So you have like a side angle.
yeah, you have like split screens, so you
Yeah.
can see it from the side and from the front.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. What else did you love?
This guarantees minimize jitter.
Yeah.
So when I thought about jitter, I just thought of it being, a lot of clutter, a lot of like, having a lot of delays.
Mhm.
So obviously not having that, I felt like would be a must. Or,
Yeah. Is that something you experience a lot when you watch people's content? Do you see
Oh,
that as?
Sometimes it just
Yeah.
depends on where I'm at or where they're at.
Okay. Do you notice quality differences between people's content, like, and do you tend to lean towards, there's that sort of authentic camera walking down the street
Oh, yeah.
thing versus a more professional thing?
I think the situation dictates. So I think if it's like a funny thing, or if it's like a real like live action thing, I feel like I can handle like somebody walking down the street, or if it's something I'm interested in. But if it's blotchy and it keeps like freezing, or it's like really jittery, then I feel like I would be less interested. But I think, like I said, it's just the situations.
Okay. All right, we'll talk about those.
If I think another thing going back to like the fitness thing, so have a 360-degree angle on what I was doing, or if I was doing something one way, and then there's I'm doing like the hard version, and there's somebody who's doing like an amateur beginner workout, they could see at once a bunch of different things.
Okay.
What's
So
your
they can go
size?
back
Yeah.
and forth, they can say,
So-
okay, here's how you really do it, but here's
Yeah.
how I might do it, because
Yeah.
I'm not
Right.
very
So
sure,
yeah.
right? Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think virtual reality is cool because it just opens up another door for you to, to connect with people.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and then you have over here not interesting the cloud-based editing tools. Why is that not interesting to you?
At first, anything with the cloud is right off the bat is not too interesting to me, just because I have a Droid, so I don't really know too much. Like, isn't the cloud just for iPhones?
No, you can get
Okay, well, yeah.
but.
Yeah, so I've just always just kind of not thought about it.
Right, okay. So
So
when you have like videos and things that you take, are you, even just personally, right, so you're on vacation and you're like, oh, we're gonna film this thing, right? Is that basically all on your phone? Is it all on your computer? Do you have, external, storage, hard storage devices? Or how do you manage your stuff?
I keep it, because it's really just all on my phone.
Okay.
I think I have a lot of memory on mine, so I just never run into a situation.
So you've never transferred it because you run out of memory or anything
No.
like that? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I remember memory all the time. So tell me a little bit about these in general. So you've got one Lovett here. What's the Lovett here?
The stream at peak quality, I think if, at certain, I know obviously, not obviously, but I think in certain situations, that's not always accessible. So if it was like that 90% of the time or whatever, I think that would be fun, or like good to have. And obviously I would love for it to be the, highest quality wherever.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Cool. Now, if you think about this idea that we're talking about, this product, if it came to the market, it came out, right? Hey, look at that. This person's talking about this product that I talked to Patty about years ago. And it came out, and it had only the things that you must have. Like, if that's what the product was, do you feel like that's something that you would want to use, actually you would use?
Yeah, I think I would, just because, all these stuff is just like, oh, it does this and this and this and this and this, and then like once you get it, then you realize, oh, I can do this, and like it does things that you just didn't even think about. I think all of these are, like I said, just like cherries on top of the icing.
All right. If a product like that came out, how would you expect to sort of pay for it? Like, would you expect it to be a monthly subscription? Do you think it would be a one-time fee or an annual? Or would you expect some level of free and then enhancements?
I think people are used to free, with like different packages, but I could see this being like even if it was something like a monthly thing, like Netflix or Pandora charges. Like at first I didn't pay for Pandora music, but now I do it.
Right.
Just so I can, have the most, if I can listen to whatever I want to. Or things like that. So I think me personally and as well as others are getting used to monthly subscriptions or monthly things because,
So what do you think the value of something like this is? We don't have a price in mind, but like if it's a monthly subscription, what do you think?
That's like $10, $11.99 a month.
Okay.
It adds up, I feel like, but I don't know if I'm really good with this prices, so I don't know.
Well, that's right, we don't have a price in mind, so we're just
Right.
trying to understand its value, right? So, and so do you feel like this is the kind of tool that would actually help you to grow sort of your personal brand,
Definitely, just because one, it's just so easy, where it's just like I push a button and I'm live on all these different platforms. And it would help me, engage on platforms I wasn't very experienced in. It's like, oh, I'm already here, so maybe, I can learn things.
Would you expect to see, so obviously we had Twitch, Facebook, and
YouTube,
Live,
Twitter,
right?
Periscope. Oh,
Would you
yeah.
expect to see others, or would you expect to only see those three sort of big ones?
I think that one, and then like Instagram's Instagram, like accessible, so I think just the big guys.
Okay.
No, it's not. They're
What are they
closed.
apply to the stories?
They have a closed API since
They do.
their hack last year with
Okay.
Cambridge Analytica,
Okay.
and they have not opened it up.
That's you put a lot, if you're to prioritize where you want to be, it's the like.
Yeah, we're in discussions with them of getting that API open.
But is Instagram really sort of, it's where you focus now, but do you see yourself focusing on other things What
I
do you think
think,
about getting off the ground with?
yeah, I mean, I think exploring something like Twitch or exploring, you know, the different things just to help me and kind of broaden my horizon. I think I, you know, obviously feel comfortable with being on somewhere that I'm used to, but,
Did you see any barriers here to, like, all the things we talked about, not just these things, but like all the things we talked about? Do you see any reason that you would not want to do something like this? Is there any downside to you, any negatives that you're seeing?
I don't see any negatives.
Okay.
I think I'll have to learn a little bit, just, but, you know.
You guys? Questions?
This is some of the sort of beginning
Oh, yeah,
projects.
Jeff, why don't you come over?
I just want to look at some of the exciting ones. I love it.
Did y'all like the sidecars?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's good.
I like looking at them and wanting
Yeah.
to hear them.
I wanted to suggest we take those out of the room.
Yeah.
Smell it.
You can smell it, I'm like, really, this is not about donuts, but really, all day, all I can smell is
You
donuts.
can wave to Matt if you'd like.
Oh, is he here?
Where do the
Hi, Matt.
Where do the
He's
analytics
flying
fall?
today.
He texted me, he was like, are you guys on?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you were to do a live broadcast and for that particular broadcast, you found out analytics of average watch time, people kind of, how people click through, how long they hang out, as per channel, so per platform, and have it archived. Is that any guidance to you at all?
Yeah, I think, you know, if people are clicking away like in a certain amount of time, I feel like I would want to get the most important information out quickly, or at least do something to keep them entertained and keep them watching. I think if it was like on something like you said, so some people like an average of 3 minutes on Facebook and then they click off. I think it could be useful.
Yeah, but not right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
We may not have the best descriptor. I was kind of interested on that. It's a dashboard that I don't think is necessarily there. We're just trying to get our arms around. Is it, do people find it useful?
I think it could be. But if people were watching for 40 minutes on, you know, Twitch, and they were only watching for 10 minutes, I mean, the people are still engaging.
Yeah.
So maybe figure out what is lacking from your Facebook people, or what they're not, what they follow you for, or whatever, what people from different platforms follow you for, that you're like kind of favoriting them, or, you know, leaning towards them, and not people others feeling neglected maybe, but.
True.
Right, but if you started doing, you know, fitness videos or something,
Right.
and you could say, okay, so when I do the more military stuff, these
Yeah,
people
that'll
on
be
Facebook
specific.
really like me, and YouTube goes away, like, so you can
Yeah.
decide, here's what I feed to
Right.
Facebook, right?
Yeah, so I think if I was had like a different personas on every different thing,
Yeah,
or else silly or fitness or whatever, I feel like that could.
that could help.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys,
I think
we're
we're
good. All right, and we're basically at time, so
All right.
thank you so much for coming
Cool,
today
that's
and
fine.
sharing your thoughts with us, it's been great.
Awesome.
And that's for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for getting me to think and use words.
Get the brain running.
I know.
Exactly.
The cobwebs are coming off.
Yeah, and don't forget that's your copy of the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great.
Have a safe trip back.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No, nice to meet you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'll see you.
It's raining.
It's
It's
what?
freezing.
It's raining.
Oh,
It's
raining.
a
I'm telling you, I
sprinkle.
always make it rain.
It's a sprinkle.
Yeah, but it's doing so now we have a break.
Oh, so I used to come into business a lot,
It's
like
nothing.
8 or 9 years ago.
Okay.
And every time I showed
That's
up,
gone.
it
It's
always
gone.
rained at least once when I was there. So this has been rains for a while, so last week it
Yeah.
rained, and I'm here this week it rains. I'm like, I think people in California should just pay me to come to California. So it'll
You're
rain.
getting us out of drought.
Exactly, so it'll rain, I think, yeah. That's my influencer, I'm
Just needs to
influencing
know
the
next to
rain.
the environmental system.
That's my thing.
What's it?
The alley accomplishment of
So I'm a little concerned that, people who are so nice, you know, like, what are California so nice? So when you say is there negative, it's gonna be hard to get to the top negatives, right? Whereas if we get to New York, we're gonna again.
Oh, yeah.
Or-
Which I guess is fun, because
Strikes
they're
the
gonna
point,
be
strikes the point much
No
more like,
flags.
you know, if you really want negative to Philadelphia,
How, we're
Yeah,
gonna
like,
sign
good,
everybody
good,
in that.
hard to get positives, right? So I really do this
So
for
ask
us,
them.
so I was like, that was really, yeah. One bigger influencer in that area, because I think once they're,
Can you hear us? We can read your typing. Okay.
yeah.
So,
He's
do
on
you
mute.
talk anything bad about Matt?
Yeah, all right, we're gonna stop. Happy birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Matt!
So we were just
But
thinking
what-
about the New York Day.
We-
So I don't know if you heard, the alley's
They're
gonna
talking
be
about the New York
pricey.
Day.
I'm gonna put my
For the
head
day.
down here so I can tell.
Oh, it's the
And
place
it's
with
weird,
Dad?
it's weird talking to
There's
her.
a commercial where like the guys from Bravo is like the TV is ahead.
No.
There's gonna be.
Anyway, so, do you think there's any way we could do it at
For the
10:45?
fair?
For the $500 level,
Okay.
right?
Alley or
Right, and then we've got.
Brian,
Verizon.
Clark, I mean, save ourselves a
And
minute.
then we
Like
also focus on
$1,600
these guys.
alley,
For a conference room, we don't even have it.
Conference room,
Obviously,
right.
we're-
alley, or I'm sorry, 10:45.
That's
10:95,
right.
sorry, 10:95.
10:95.
Oh, sure.
This is
140 could be
fascinating
good too,
to
because
me,
you're saying back to,
I think there's so.
140
there's
West?
a-
yeah, there you
I don't
go.
know, I mean, maybe, I guess.
It is, we could go up to that, Skyrim,
They're trying to create
See if we
esports
score some
sorry,
space.
high school esports.
Oh,
That's World Trade Center
But one of
too, or
their-
770.
I don't know,
One
where's
of the
that?
guys
What's
is-
that
He's a
address?
small player, but he
Oh,
might be
yeah.
just a good person. He doesn't know about Mobcam.
right, so. this
We
would
don't
be-
know what that is.
Desktop.
Right.
Okay, why don't you reserve 13 the alley, and then we'll make a call on
And
this.
then-
Yes, so we're name is on there, so I just have it, but, all right, so we'll figure out the,
Online.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
all right,
We can
we
get
gotta,
like 1,500 to like.
for all day, you think that?
2,000.
right, I think, because I think that would be.
and we'd have to sign everybody in, they'd have to get visitors badges and stuff.
It's just so much.
Right.
Right, but I want to make sure they're not skewing.
Without that, I agree with you.
That's my only thought, so.
I know that there are two of the account managers.
We're looking at
this morning
December
that
13th.
They're starting
It's,
to get bites in New York, for
Thursday.
smaller people.
Yeah, but it's.
2 weeks.
So that's
Good
still
enough.
good.
Yeah.
So I
Even
think
if we did one day in New York,
that's what I'm
that would
thinking.
do, yeah, that would do it, so. And I think that would. be-
Okay, all right, send us a,
Yeah.
what's that stuff?
I think it's good. See you later.
Where you
Yeah,
go?
it's-
I'm gonna walk just outside.
You going to see the beach?
I'm gonna make it. Yep.
Yeah, oh my God, woman. I'm like, it's so raining. Coming to the beach, I'm good.
Right after it. Hey, hey.
That model's passed on Holly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were like, they have a couple of models that they would be a similar fit for roles for her that are much bigger on Instagram, so
Alright.
they would just cannibalize everything, so like they would never be able to get her any.
She's very attractive.
Yeah, but I'm gonna ask if there's other agency, because they often have these agencies, they all are frenemies, so I'll be like, who's real and who's not, and
That
we'll
would be
get some
awesome.
other meetings.
That's much appreciated.
This has been my fun side project for the day. I haven't been to this side of it since Studio 71 days, so this is great.
That's good.
Cool.
Thank you,
Of
Phil.
course.
The guys are here if we want.
They are. Okay, cool. Let's just give those guys a couple of minutes. And again, it's one gift card.
I'll keep them right now with Phil.
Yeah, just, I do have enough to give them each, but I just don't want to, you know, I don't want to blow Jeff's budget, it's just because I've got a clock after week. No, I'm good, thank you, I have tea, I'm good.
We lost you at the corner, you were taking pictures.
talking to the cops.
If I was a cop, I would start with cops.
Is that a familiar place there?
Yeah, that's how you make sure that you don't get shot. You don't know how to talk to the cops. No, I decided to actually go stroll around, look at stores and do that instead.
We did, we had to like run it. The crosswalks here are baffling to me. You can only cross when the sign is. And in the one intersection, the light was red and the crosswalk was go. So this is very confusing to me. Because it's red, you know, in my direction, but it was an all-way stop. All the cars were stopped at the same time. So you could do diagonal cross, you could do this, and I'm like, ooh, I do like the flexible
I
cross.
do love the diagonal cross, but the fact that you can only do it when you've got the walk signal,
Yeah.
that's just.
I think that's bullshit because it's always a little bit of pedestrian.
Right, because you know, 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm not actually gonna wait for the walk signal.
He's like, I was crossing, he's like, no, you're, like, what do you mean I gotta?
It's like that in San Francisco as well, and I've had people like freak out when I cross, when I jaywalk across like
What's it-
not on the signal.
You grew up, or you spent all the time in a city where you walk around a lot, you know, why would you wait?
Yeah.
There's no car, man.
Okay, so our PVC is here.
Oh, okay.
destination wedding I'm gonna go to this week.
Where?
It was funny because my wife's like, oh, you know, because our friend Cheryl's in Canada, right? So she's like, oh, it's gonna be in London, it's London, Ontario. And London, Ontario is, you know, nice outside to Toronto, it's a beautiful town. And so I'm like, oh, we'll just drop the kids off at your dad's. He's about an hour away. She's like, what? Like, is it London, Ontario, or London, England? She's like, oh, and then she proceeded to tell me that this kid, like, fiance, I'm just like, super cool.
Hello.
All right.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Patty.
Nice
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Vince. I'm
Rob.
Patty. Nice to meet you.
It's good to see the fires out today because it has been raining on and off.
Yeah, actually,
I'm Jeff.
Rod,
Nice to meet you.
nice to see you, Rod.
Nice to meet you.
We moved from the East Coast here 3 years ago. So we had these in winter coats and storage. Like, we'll never need these. And then open up that box.
No,
Oh, yeah.
65 moving to California and 65 feels like 45 in Detroit.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, that's
Because, like,
exactly what happens.
last week they had all the snowstorms out east.
Yes.
My folks are in Indiana and they're like, we're snowed in. I'm like, oh, I know, it's 70 here.
Oh gosh, I hear you. I hear you.
It's so
Where are you
cold
guys?
here.
Were you guys?
Oh,
Delaware.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so basically Philly, like really.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, you're talking.
Are you familiar?
I'm New Jersey, so
Oh,
yeah.
argue
Yeah.
with us.
I lived in Woodstown for a while too.
Where's that?
With the south, way south.
Oh.
Like across the bridge, across the street from the Delaware Memorial Bridge.
Oh,
Like way
wow.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's more cornfields there than Indiana. First time I hit a deer with a car, and there's out of Southern Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That is
Everywhere.
like rural, like crazy.
I didn't expect it, 'cause I grew up in Indiana, never once had an incident with an animal in Jersey,
Right.
right?
Yeah, all over.
Jersey.
There's that deer I pass, like, on the reg.
Yeah, well, that's because there's no predators in Jersey.
Yeah.
Well, for deer.
Yeah.
Except cars, Toyotas.
All right,
You're
so.
right. I didn't
So we're gonna start with, these are non-disclosure agreements, and basically we're gonna record this conversation, but that's for research purposes only. We won't attach your names to any comments, and we ask that you don't talk publicly about it before we're gonna show you. Okay? So that's basically what that says, but feel free to take a second, and I'll give you guys a copy to take with you.
So you've got your beverages, do you like coffee or soda or?
I'm good right now.
Yeah.
My cabinet later.
Donut,
Oh, yes, these donuts, sidecar donuts.
where, we're trying to push those, so.
All day.
What, are those from around here?
Yep. Right down the street.
I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah. You want to take one of those on
Oh my gosh.
one way out, yeah.
Sounds good. That's my arm.
Yeah, exactly.
Please
I
help
know.
us.
We-
Please get that out of my
We
face.
have to sit here and smell these all day, and I'm like, the
Oh,
whole,
yeah.
and half the time I'm talking to people I'm interviewing, I'm like, that looks like it's
Yeah.
It's gonna reach over.
don't mind me. Really, I'm listening.
Are you guys from LA?
I'm from Boston.
Oh, okay. Sure. Okay, sure.
Jersey.
Yeah, Santa Cruz, but I moved out to Jersey a year ago, and now I'm blind, so.
We still ask you why.
I was gonna ask if you knew about Donut Friend, because we live down the street from Donut Friend.
Highland Park.
Yeah, it's some of the most, it's like the most expensive donut you'll buy probably. It's like $5 each donut,
Wow.
but like one's like a meal.
Any donut can be a meal if you
Yeah,
wish it.
well, they'll actually like chop up strawberries and put it in it or something when you order it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so.
Donuts are a big deal here because there's that other donut, the yesterday's donuts.
DK's Donuts.
DK's donuts.
Oh yeah, I sold it the.
Yeah.
This office loves donuts. That's for sure.
I
So
know.
yeah, Boston has not a lot of donut places.
Dunkin'
other than
Donuts
Dunkin's.
yeah,
Yeah,
originated.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' is just now starting to open up here.
Yeah. so-
I lose sleep at night about Wawa.
One of the things we talked about, I said New Jersey's a hard sell, but there are some things that I've become very accustomed to that I can never leave.
That's a good
Wawa
brand.
is one of the diners. It's just not the
After
same.
11 p.m. you can't do anything here.
Yeah.
I'm not sad, actually. So, all right, so thanks for coming, guys. And just, you've met us, obviously. We're here today to talk to you a little bit about what you do, how you do it, the platforms you use, the tools you use. We are helping a company develop a new sort of social media tool for influencers, hopefully who will like it, but we're really in development stage of this, right? So we're going to talk about this. There is a demo, but it's not fully functional, it's just to kind of give you an idea about it. And then we're gonna do, like, there'll be some descriptive stuff I want you to look at and kind of talk through with me. And then we're gonna do what we call a card sort, which I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but it's really easy and I'll explain how to do it. And eventually you'll just use this as a research technique yourself, because it's easy to do. Pay attention, because you might want to use this on your own. But basically, we want your open and honest opinion about this, because it's really in development, and so you can't offend any of us. We haven't. Say whatever you like. Feel free to swear. I'm from Boston, she's from Jersey. And we had Granny Pride Month here this morning. So she was like, she kept editing herself, and I said, don't fucking edit yourself.
It's like 2 seconds into the
I F-bomb all the time. I edit myself for business purposes, but feel free to let loose. We're good.
Yeah, we play grandkids in our videos.
Yeah, I know. She's talking about you guys. She asked us if we were going to meet you. She was like, she's a big fan. So yeah.
She said she bought you
Yeah,
hats.
she's so nice.
Are these the ones?
And TJ Maxx here.
Yeah.
Actually, right after we left Mobcrush.
Yep, that's what she said.
We went to TJ Maxx with her, and we were like, look at these hats. She's like, I'll just get it for you. We're like, okay.
Yeah, she was awesome. We had a great time with her. Yeah, so she was first thing this morning, so she woke us up.
Oh, that's
Excellent, yeah, she was great. So, again, open, full, honest feedback, right, which is what we're on. So one of the things we want to understand is kind of, you have a following, you have a fan base, you've got, you're doing all this work. Tell us about that. Tell us about, how are you doing this, who your fans are, who your followers are, what platforms are you on? Just basically give us the dump about yourselves.
I guess our short history is we're actually like songwriters in a band. Then we moved to LA to do more music. Kind of on the heels of back in Delaware, we got hired to write and perform the theme song for the new Phillies mascots. And so we took like that cloud and money and everything, and then just let's go to LA, let's do all this, And then we met some people at YouTube Space LA. They really just kind of embraced us, and we had a YouTube channel, but just kind of for the sake of having it. And then as soon as we met those people, and then all the other creators, kind of we need to step up our game. So our channel is still fairly small, but we're in everybody else's stuff like Randy.
Right.
And we work with a channel called Nerd Sync, co-writing, collaborating there, and a bunch of we're in all our big friends' videos and stuff.
Right.
So it's
When you say small, though, how many subscribers?
our YouTube is under 3,500.
Okay, yeah.
But if you counted, we were actually talking to some of the guys here, someone had mentioned someone how to make a social media IMDb. It's if that were the case, we'd be 10 billion.
Yeah.
Because
you're all over the place, right?
Yeah. Actually, we
collaboration.
Yeah.
We released a new song in September and had a release event in Hollywood. And Mobcrush was actually a co-sponsor. And we had a video where a bunch of our friends reacted to hearing the song the first time. In that video, there's probably anywhere from a couple thousand followers to 10 million people. So it was oh yeah, this is right. We're amongst all these people. So but we've been really fortunate because companies like Mobcrush and YouTube and stuff, they see something in us that we don't see. It's just a thing.
The collaboration is probably the biggest part, though, as far as how we network and how we know everybody, how we stay good with the community. Yeah.
So you're in with the influencers, and they become sort of fans too, right? Collaborations with
Family, friends, fans, everything. We're all fans of each other.
To be honest, actually, most of the influencers, except for Granny, probably didn't know that that's what they did until months down the road. We were just in this LA
Because of social parties and stuff, we talk about work, but never really asking the hard questions, what do you actually do?
Right, who's your niche? What's your target? Where's your money
from?
coming from? What brands are sponsoring you?
Have you seen that Marvel movie?
Yeah.
Granny was the only one I can remember in recent history, the last couple of years, when she went viral. I remember just cold emailing her, you're never gonna hear us, but if you want to work together, at that time we had maybe 90 subscribers or something, and her and her manager looked at all the stuff that we like what you guys do and we could be part of it. So that's what kind of sparked that friendship. And since then we've gotten a few thousand more. But
we met our manager, he kind of helps us out with some video stuff, and especially the bigger scope videos, helps us pull people together, find locations, stuff like that. That's really great. And that was actually, we met him through Granny. So it's just like a big family thing right there.
Yeah. So like you're on YouTube, right? What else are you posting to or?
Well, since Mobcam, we're able to stream to everything, and that's really like opened up humongous. So now it's at least once we get from all the different things we stream from now.
Now at least once a week, we have on Sunday nights at 11 p.m. like Pacific time, we stream to YouTube, Mixer, Twitch, Twitter,
Twitter,
and Facebook. I lost track. Every time they add something, we just.
I don't even know what these things are. I don't know, right?
Yeah, magic box, go. So we do that, like in tabs with everybody.
Okay.
And
And that's a live stream, right?
It's a live stream. And we're not even,
yeah.
And we're not even really playing music on those yet. We keep taunting it like, we're gonna play music soon, we swear. This is like just almost like a weekly anime. You know, like, what do you guys do? What do we do? What did the last video suck? Like, it was a nice way of like keeping in touch with everybody because like we decided to change our strategy. We used to like post 3 times a week, like just videos like comedy videos or challenges or things, and then we just started getting a little bit burnt out on it, and then the return on investment was like kind of dwindling because it's just the whole social media market. So inspired by several things, we were thinking, well, maybe we'll do fewer things, but do them way better. Like spend a month making something really great, or a couple weeks making something really good, instead of like trying to churn out something every other day. And we spent like 2 weeks on Mobcam to all our subscribers and stuff. Like for every few days, we come up with like reminder. In a couple of weeks, we're gonna go down like 1 video a week, but it's gonna be like way better. We promise. You know, like, and I think it kept that transition really smooth.
Okay. Do you feel like that's actually worked, like as a strategy? Is that like working for you?
The like posting on
Fewer, higher quality.
Yeah, the numbers have always done way better.
Okay.
Like, they're back to where they used to be,
Okay.
at the very least. And then a few of the ones, so we're an odd thing, like our channel has like this plateau, but then once or twice a year, like a kind of micro viral video or a big viral video goes for us. Like this year we did a collaboration with the writer of X-Men and Power Ranger theme songs. So that one kind of went out of the ballpark, like because on our channel it's like 400 views, but we're down to like 55,000.
Right.
Yeah. So that was the recent one. So that now, when you search like X-Men, I think we start popping up. So like our channel is kind of, I don't know if the algorithm knows what to do with this.
Okay. Because you're kind of all over the place, so get tagged in a bunch of places.
Yeah, I love that we haven't like we're not big enough to where we can't change.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. Like once you get into those million numbers, like people expect that one thing from you.
Sure.
Right.
So we're in that place where we can do any type of genre videos, and it's kind of accepted that way.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Actually, the first video we did after we told everybody we were going to kind of just do things like as the spirit led or whatever, Granny called us because she got a face mask from a brand deal thing.
Yeah.
And so we got to her house and she had 2 of them. And she was like, well, if I fuck this one up, then we'll use the other one. If I don't, you can take it home. As like a joke. And I was like, I actually always wanted to try one of these. I'm just insecure to buy them in the store.
Right.
So then it came to like,
You could wait till like the holidays and pretend you're buying
Right.
something pretty much. Like.
so I was like, why don't we just do this on camera? So we ended up doing like a really fun collaboration where like Randy did a face mask and then she did one on me for our channel.
Yeah.
It's kind of like not related to our music at all. It was just like a day in the life of what we're doing.
Right.
Not staged at all.
Yeah. But you feel like you have that freedom because you said you don't have like
Yeah,
it's like 2 million followers who are waiting for you to do that
Right.
specific thing they want to see.
I'm not locked into anything.
Also, the people that like the few subscribers we have, they're like really rooting for what we're doing. So like we don't do covers. It's something really rare for a music channel, but no one so far has like expected that from us.
Right.
And second to the comedy videos, our best performing videos are things that involve our music, like a music video or a lyric video or something.
Right.
So it's been pretty encouraging that like, and if you dig way deep into our old videos, we did one cover I think. It's the worst thing performance-wise, numbers-wise, whatever we've ever done, you know. So it kind of like proves.
Yeah. That you need to do the original stuff.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
just
Awkward to watch.
the audience that's been built up. That's why a lot of creators have complained about the YouTube algorithm changes recently. But it's not a popular thing, but it is slower. But I feel like the targeting is working better because the people who jump into our channel like are less, they're more relevant. So like it's not people coming in like, dude, DuckTales cover. Like they get what we are. You know?
Yeah.
Because we had a DuckTales video kind of do pretty well.
Yeah.
Because so one of the things we did with NerdSync is, he does like comic books and education channel, but he doesn't know anything about music, and he wanted to do a video about why the DuckTales theme song was catchy 30 years later.
Right.
So I went to school for music, so I did like a musical exegesis. Like just like I did a
What was
Mozart
the
song.
breakdown of
But DuckTales.
DuckTales? Sure.
It was the best performing video on his channel that year.
Wow.
So like him and his MCN were like, 6 more of these please.
Yeah.
But we collaborated 2 more times since then.
Yeah.
Pretty well, but like that had a danger of like, well now all these people are gonna come from this huge channel and ask us to do something
Right.
related, but
Yeah.
they seem to get it. They're like, oh, you guys are just idiots like us. You know, like, so I don't mind the slow growth as long as they're actually there. They're there for us, you know. So
Do you guys do like your own technologically, right? Where are you hiring help and where are you doing your own? So like, in terms of like, if you're responding to threads on your Facebook, or are you doing the scheduling of uploads, or are you doing the fill? Like, what parts of it are you doing? What parts are you sort of pushing out to others?
right now we're doing almost all of it, so all of it right now. Jim, who's our producer manager, is also Granny's.
Okay.
He jumps in every once in a while,
Yeah.
but only for like the really tough stuff. Like we also haven't asked them, like, so so far the only things we've like parsed out, like we had a situation once on a live stream, like a soccer came and like found us. They saw us. I won't like disclose her name, because she's like in this space, but like, it was like a tough thing because how do we like intervene, like talk about that without seeming negative? So that thing got kind of hired out to our manager, like he spoke to her employer. Dealt with all the legal side of that, so we don't hear like smiling like
Yeah.
We didn't have experience that he did.
Yes.
Right.
He used to be a bodyguard at Warner, so like
He knew how to talk the,
Yeah.
don't mess with my people.
Yeah.
Talk, right. Do you feel like trolling and stuff is something that you deal with, like people trolling you, and like, is that something you're doing yourselves? Are you dealing with that, or?
It's really easy to diffuse those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
we usually just agree.
Hasn't been a problem.
Just agree with them, yeah, you're right.
It's honestly fun.
It drives Granny crazy because I think she takes it more personally.
Yes.
Especially like
If they're like, oh, that was really awful.
yeah,
You
like
just go,
man, it
yeah, we
was.
thought so too.
Yeah, exactly. Give us suggestions of what you would like better.
Or I forget what video it was. It was something. Maybe it was last year's Thanksgiving video for Granny. Like she pulled us in at the end, and we were eating food, making jokes and stuff, and people were like, "Granny, you're hilarious." It was 2 guys all like really dragging our videos down, you know? And so we would just comment like, "I know." Watching and asking us, like, "What's up?" You know?
When we're not gonna turn down the meal.
Yeah.
Time, so,
Cheer for the
yeah.
The funniest is when they see we comment and they comment right back like, "Oh, I didn't mean that," or "Oh, I didn't know you were going to answer back." Like,
Yeah,
it's like okay.
yeah, I just wanted to put it out there.
Right.
I don't want any consequences either.
Like a little over a year ago, I put a video up that was kind of like really different than the rest of our content. It was called Asian Men Are Unattractive. It was like a barely make like it was weird. It was like a really serious, like kind of like it's like 20 minutes of me like spewing about my childhood and stuff, you know. At the beginning, that got a lot of support, but after it crossed a certain threshold, like then that's when the trolling started coming in.
Yeah.
So depending on what it is, if it's like something I feel like we can diffuse with some like playful banter,
Yeah.
we'll go into it. But sometimes it's like really deep in the hate, and I just kind of like ignore it. Or if it's really bad, just walk it.
It's just, yeah. The neighbors think they're great, but yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms of like managing all this stuff, is there a frustration level that you reach with like, you know, you've got YouTube, you've got Facebook, you've got Twitch, you've got this, you've got that, like, A, is there a frustration level, B, but B, how are you deciding what's going where? And then you re-editing and repurposing content over and over again, so tell me a little bit about that.
Hey, the first thing we're going to do once we get a budget is get editors or someone, to run our Facebook or run something. It's just hard to do all ourselves.
Okay.
And since it's just the 2 of us, the plans we make can only really be effective in very certain ways, you know. We can't take on too much or too little. It has to be like that perfect amount for things to actually be done. So it's been interesting strategizing.
Our primary hub for social stuff ends up being YouTube. I think two reasons. Like one, they have the biggest audience, obviously, historically, but second, like they've actually, when we got here, like it's the first like contact we had, and they really support. Like we're at the YouTube space all the time, like editing or making videos or hearing other people's videos, and they really help us in that. Even though we're not technically supposed to have those like privileges just yet, but like kind of find ways to like work like other things.
We're still in space.
Yeah, we're not breaking rules, but it's a little extra than,
Yeah.
we normally get. But then other than that, like, I don't know if you consider these socials, but like the Spotify's and Apple Music and all that stuff. I guess in a way that's our primary, but in the last year, we just started treating it like social media because we finally got that realization, like, this isn't gonna market itself anymore, you know? It used to be we put something out, we post about it, people go find it. Now, like, things are so saturated, we have to like actively like be on our Spotify account, like every day.
What are you doing on your Spotify account every day? Like, what's the?
That's a good question, I'm trying to figure that out, because like, they
Going
every.
in with multiple email addresses and.
Well, no, like, so they have a few tools like where you can share songs and playlists now and like make playlists and things, and so that's something new we're learning.
Okay.
Because every consultant and music friend we've had said like you need to treat your Spotify like Facebook.
Yeah.
Like that's cool. How?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Facebook has all this stuff.
Yeah.
So we're trying to point people to it. We're also trying to stay active, like suggesting music that isn't ours. Stuff
Right.
being active on there. And now they have a thing where you can submit music to like playlists that are curated by Spotify. So this is all kind of new. This was in the last year or so. But like, so between like YouTube and Spotify and Apple Music, like our two big places. But we've recently started experimenting with putting like lyric or audio videos on YouTube. Because I think a lot of people have music there.
Yeah.
So far, it's bad. It hasn't reached the number Spotify has. But
Yeah. Do you feel like it sounds a lot like it's kind of fragmented, like the whole market, industry, everything's really very fragmented, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's kind of a problem, that's part of, it's more of a burden, like I said, if you're spending your time being creators, right, you're songwriters, you're composers, you're trying to make, right?
Yeah.
And instead, are you spending more time managing, like, is that part of a problem for you?
That's funny, that was a recent problem, like from mid 2017 to like mid 2018. We hadn't made any music. Like we were doing all our social stuff, and then a year had flashed by, and we were like, holy crap, we haven't done any music.
Right.
And tons of events. So when we released our new song, that's why it was such a big deal. And like my Mobcrush and Tiny sponsor, a bunch of different sponsors came together. Like, this is a big deal. The music channel's finally putting music out again. Because we were doing the things you were talking about. We were trying to take content we put on YouTube and re-edit it to fit like Facebook, optimized format.
Yeah.
And then post to Instagram, and then now IG stories is like vertical videos instead of horizontal. Like there'll be like 2 weeks straight we haven't like touched the instrument. We're just like re-editing
Right.
videos.
And you're just like, that's not what I planned on doing.
Yeah. I remember it's still the same story.
Our second holiday season in LA, we were at the YouTube Space LA, and at that time, I don't know, have you been there before? At that time they had, so now they have like editing suites, like they're separate rooms like this. At the time they had that, but they also had like cubicles in the lobby with computers and everybody would work at. And the cubicles maybe 10 or 12 computers there. And it was, they closed at 9, so you might as well say like 7 or 8 at night. Quiet, like no one's saying, they were just like editing. And then that ended up being that thing where everybody kind of like looks up around at the same time. So we all made eye contact, and they're just kind of like, you're a preschool education person, like we're musicians, you do car reviews, you're a foodie. None of us are editors.
You're a travel channel.
Right.
We all stuck here. But all day.
Not a single person at that cubicle was a filmmaker.
Right.
But we'd all been editing for 12 hours.
Right.
So it is like overwhelming. And then there's like hearsay about like what the best practices are, like how to hack things and stuff. And actually we just released a song called Give Up, which is kind of like the fuck this anthem, because we're like, we want to write songs. We don't want to like make a song for an algorithm to parlay into a successful video. It's like, what's the point? Like we're making content for people.
Right.
Why are we trying to please like a machine? You know?
Right.
So it was tough because like we have a lot of friends that are YouTubers, but it's tough to take seriously. It's like, how do you know what's going on? So someone will tell us like, it's best to post at 7 a.m. Pacific time, and this and that. And
do you ever look at analytics that way though? Do you look at like who your fans are, or when you're getting the most views? Like, do you look at those kind of analytics? I know YouTube has them. Facebook has their own analytical stuff. Like
third-party tools that help us as well.
Okay, what kind of analytics are you looking at? Like, what helps you?
Look at all of it, really.
yeah, I'm trying to like.
I don't know how to like explain what's more important. I think it's
We're
all.
not great at interpreting analytics.
Okay.
And that's actually been our number one request from YouTube themselves. Because when they say, like, for new creators, what do we give you? A computer or editing time? I'm like, my class on how to read this. see that, like,
You can see you have 60% female and 20% and
Yeah.
40% male, but you don't know what that means.
Yeah,
Ultimately,
like,
moving
like-
to the next level.
ours is literally like, I think it skews like way, like 95% 24 to 35-year-old male. And I'm like, so what do we do? I'm not a marketing person.
Right,
I'm sure
right.
that means something. That seems like a very heavy lean, you know?
Right,
to never have-
that's very hard to
So-
do.
so-
Yes.
And then like the engagement is usually fairly high for the numbers we have.
Yeah.
So I just don't know what that means, but like we've taken analytics as far as like what type of content. So like, when we did the thing with the X-Men writer, that evolved from, we had a DuckTales video that didn't involve the DuckTales theme writer, because we didn't, this is the first thing we did.
Yeah.
We didn't really try, so it was just us reacting to YouTube covers of the DuckTales theme song. Since we don't do covers, so we'll comment
Right.
other people. And that did pretty well, it was like 50,000-ish or so. And so then we thought, well, now we have enough numbers, we can ask the writer. We knew he lived in LA. It was really cool. He was like, yeah, I'll come down. Studio 71 gave us studio space to film it. And then that video got to that same number like twice as fast. Because that's where you're using that, like, okay, this is what they, like, audiences like to see. We love doing it. Because even though, like, we're not creating music in that type of content, we're talking with one of our heroes.
Right.
So like we're learning, and it's an informed collaboration as opposed to if we were sitting there with like a movie star. I'd ask dumb fan questions, but I don't think about acting.
Right,
You know?
right.
So we use analytics and like to like kind of target the middle ground of like what we like to do and what we like to see.
Right, so you're using it just as a comparative tool, like, okay, so we did this video and it did X number of views versus this other thing that you did and that was like double the size. So obviously we enjoyed it and our audience enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So if they got half the size, we'd be like, well, we really like to do that, but
Yeah.
apparently that's not what anybody else wants to see. So, but it's very high level, right? It's not very, you're not going deeper into it.
The only time we went kind of deep for a little while was YouTube. I want to say less than a year ago, released impression analytics. That was super fascinating to me because it showed you what your click-through rate was on your exposure. So like they could find, like, I think it was like, if it was on the upper, like above the fold on the screen for more than a few seconds or something, they considered it like an impression.
Yeah.
And you can see what your click-through rate was. And that was the only time we like went heavy into like, let's adjust our thumbnails.
Right.
And we were changing thumbnails every few hours to see like what would.
What we're finding.
Ask it, post the video up and change the thumbnail.
But I still feel like we didn't have a deep enough understanding of how to do it effectively, because
Right.
is a 1% bump good, or should we expect a 10? Right. Like,
Right, yeah, because it's only 50%,
Yeah.
it's 1% like the best you
Yeah.
can get out of it, right? Okay.
But I mean, I think this is all guessing. I think I interpreted this correctly. Like I started noticing that the videos that were continually being suggested, even months after they like peaked, were the ones that maintained like over a 10% impression like click-through rate and over 50% retention. It seemed like a normal number to me, and I brought it up to another friend who has a really big channel, like 5 million subscribers.
Yeah.
He said it was the same for him. So I felt very confident in like, okay, so that's the number that we're not looking for like this a billion views, but if we presented it 1,000 times and 500 people clicked on it and 200 people like watched over half of it, then we'll keep pushing this out.
Right.
After that, then they start like stop serving. But this is a guess. Like
Yeah.
it might change this week.
Yeah, okay, so a little more clarity on what the analytics mean, not just here's your number, but kind of what does that mean, how does it compare?
Yeah, we did get like, probably the best piece of advice early on we got was a friend of ours who runs another big channel that builds almost 1 million subs. I looked at our numbers and in something, he looked at like 3 or 4 different things and he was like, you need to put a call to action at the beginning of the videos instead of the end to subscribe. I'm like, how did you build that? And then we did it and immediately like,
Right.
he was like,
Yeah.
you're not capturing
where it jumped.
subscribers through this, and I was like, how did you do that? Like, but he looked at like 3 things and saw
Yeah.
that, and it was right. Like, we started being like unabashed about it, 'cause before we were like, oh, it's kind of dorky to like ask people to subscribe, until we realized everyone does.
Everyone does it, absolutely.
And sign up for notification.
Yeah,
And absolutely,
at that
that bell.
point, we were really unabashed about it. Like, we literally just put a completely unrelated graphic flying across the screen that said subscribe, like a truck, and it would just drive by, subscribe now. Like,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, exactly. Do you guys have any questions for me before I take them in?
Where do you guys store all your content? Do you primarily only use YouTube for that, or like do you guys have an external hard drive?
Oh, yeah.
Or cloud account?
We have everything.
We could probably have like a dozen terabytes of storage footage.
Got it.
I don't know if we'll ever use it except for when we're gonna use it. Like, we're afraid.
It's like digital recording,
Digital
right?
recording, yeah.
Right, you know, storage is.
I know we're not gonna need to use 90% of it, but like just last week, we had a brand deal that wanted to rehash one of our old videos. And I was like, sure, let's look that old stuff up. Like, where is it?
Yeah, so now even the sorting element becomes a disaster.
Because if you didn't file it right the first time, you would never.
And it didn't, because the video they were referencing was our first year doing YouTube, and I was finding
You
assets
was
all
like, this
over
was
the
there.
place. Yeah, it was literally just like iMovie 1, iMovie 2, iMovie 3, iMovie 4.
Yeah.
Like,
Booting up old computers and going, oh.
No.
Yeah.
so just as I was thinking like, oh, we could probably get rid of that old hard drive,
Yeah.
that thing came up and they're like, we needed that one file from, that was like not even a gig from.
If it was an archive file for you, what would be the best way, if we didn't necessarily have a great navigation tool, but with a thumbnail, would you know instantaneously by the thumbnail, the one you're looking for?
Rather than title.
Yeah, or just make it simple, like you had one word title, it was like just one.
I guess it depends, like, for archiving, sometimes it's like the title or the thumbnail, but most often, it's most often, it's like something that isn't, it would take like higher level AI to sort, because it would be like, oh, in the third item of the video, I was holding this pen. What video was that? Or what video did I mention, like, the parade on San Juan Boulevard?
Right.
Or something, they usually have to kind of reference that one video.
Right, and you're like, okay, it was March, I remember it was March, I think it was last year.
Exactly,
Okay.
because sometimes we'll be doing a video and then reference like an old one, like, where did we do that thing? We said the other thing, you know, something
Yeah.
cool to like search keywords.
Yeah, so essentially,
You can tag it, yeah.
well, you take video, right, you know the companies that do the transcriptions,
Yes.
right,
Yeah.
very quickly,
Yeah.
and very cheaply. And so now, you load that into your archive, and it becomes a word search.
Yeah.
Actually, we did that on YouTube once because our friend Megan Tonjes, she had a commentary on something, and we wanted to reference it in our video, so we asked her about it, and she was like, "That's fine for you to use." However, her videos are very, like at the time, were very like kind of systematic. So she mentioned this thing in the middle of the 20-minute video that's identical to the other 200. But I knew she closed captioned every video. So most people don't know you can search closed captions on YouTube. So I searched the closed captions and found the video. I was like, if that wasn't there,
You would never
I don't
find
know.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she was like, I'll take the views. I'm
You'd
like,
still be
"Oh."
looking.
Yeah. But I wish we could do that with our own, because right now we're relying on our memory. But
Right.
we just hit like 1,000 videos, so it's getting harder and harder.
Yeah.
March of what year? Like,
Yeah, exactly. They all blend together after a while. All right, so I'm going to give you each a product description. So this is a potential product. And each product description, and if you like something that you're reading about, use the orange.
Okay.
And if you really don't like something, if that's something unappealing, that's the blue. Or even if it's something like you're not quite sure what that would mean or how it would work, just kind of like a blue line is great. And the orange means that you really kind of like it. And think about it in terms of what's appealing to you, what would work for you guys, not like other movie now, you guys. I love how this sounds like a tornado.
I
It
looked up
and like whistles and sounds like a tornado's coming at you.
oh, wow, it was like
Yeah, it's like wind, right? I was like, hey, someone's got the window.
All of a sudden, this palm tree leaned all the way into my sight. There it is again, jeez.
Oh yeah, there you go. So it is kind of windy out, so.
Oh, yeah. You thought about it. How long have you guys been in town?
I was here last week for Thanksgiving,
Okay.
and then I flew out and I came back yesterday.
Oh, okay. So you came back in time for this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just started raining last night.
Yeah, she brought it with her.
It rained last week when I was here too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Phil's like roof got ruined or something.
Yeah. It rains a lot.
Right. Not this year. This is actually really exciting. The archiving it. So the line augmentation is like starting with 4K and 180.
No, those are separate, right? Live augmentation is separate from the 4K.
Correct.
Yeah.
That would be like overlays and like AR face masks.
I like the whole thing.
That-
The whole top liner.
But yeah, well, like, we don't do too much of the 360 or 180, but like, you guys know the overlay stuff, the charity stream. Like,
Yep.
it's fantastic. We don't know how to use OBS. That's actually why we started using Mobcam and we turn it on.
Yep, and there it is.
Yeah, well, the first time Phil gave us the beta,
Yep.
we accidentally live streamed. And we were like, that's how easy it was. We go back and watch it, we're like, we're gonna try, oh, shit, here we are. Hey,
We're live. It's amazing.
Because before we had OBS for like a year and a half, like opened it up, like, I don't know how to use this. But then they showed us how to use it with their carrier stream and automatically add overlays.
Yep.
That's a problem. Because we don't know how to control lag and stream quality. So, makes it a little bit of, I don't know, really like.
You don't like it over really. Having sad would make it feel about it.
Things like a deal breaker. Those things are really exciting. I still don't know enough about the 360 180. I've only ever seen that in space. Or it's not easy. This is interesting. The Extreme works closely with your wireless carrier to provide your bandwidth maximum lag or minimum lag. We don't have, we rent. So is it like our, could it be our phones?
It isn't going to be your phone, so you wouldn't have to have like spectrum with
Yeah.
a carrier, or the, you know, for the ISP, etc. Right? So you wouldn't have to have that, it would be through the wireless carrier.
That's better, yeah.
Okay, it's getting that high level quality through the
Yeah.
wireless rather than cable having you home.
Yeah.
High quality. What is it? What's that?
It's just kick kills, like, especially Sunday nights we play. You guys are familiar with Jackbox TV? Card games online. So people can do it like from anywhere, all over the place.
It's a lot of fun.
Go to our live stream, and then watching our live stream, they can go to their, Safari or whatever and type in Jackbox TV.
Oh, yeah, you get a code and then you
Yeah.
play the game with them and you
Yeah.
get the best answers for whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Besides the online stuff, you're supposed to be doing like at home, like one person gets it on their TV and
Right.
they do code and everybody pulls it up on the phone, and they're all playing the phone.
Yeah.
That's right, you did do this.
Yes, it was me probably
Yes.
telling you my.
So
Yes.
So we have some friends that we do Sunday night like game streaming with, and we do that with Twitch audience.
Right.
But sometimes lag kill.
Oh, yeah, you just wipe
Well,
out.
it's a time-based game also. Which is-
Yeah. They just added a new one that's like a side scroller game. You
Oh.
control on your phone and that kills the people who are watching. They're trying to like lag because they'll push a button up and then 5 seconds later, the character will move.
I don't know. How many people are usually playing with you?
They capped it, I think Jackbox caps it like 8 to 12.
Yeah.
But then the audience is unlimited, so depending, like that can watch the
So
spectators.
spectators, right, are.
Yeah, they can, so they can vote, they can't play.
Right.
So that usually goes for another dozen, maybe,
Right.
on a good night.
Yeah, we've had like up to 15 people playing at a time.
It's Jackbox isn't meant to be played that way. It's just
Right.
the channel we're playing on someone else's, and they're kind of smaller, so it works for now. But they grow any bigger, it might be a little difficult to do that because they limit who can play on there. But also the lag and quality, since that's one of the things that turns us from the music things, because we did try 2 or 3 streams where we played live, and the way noise cancellation works, it makes the music unlistenable. Sometimes, like depending where we're at, like we have to have like a very ideal setup with like mics and stuff. But if we just set up our phone, depending on where we're at, unless we're very familiar with the
The signal's not there.
well, like the data connection.
Yeah.
Like if it's not stable, then it affects like the way it sounds.
Right, so that actually stops you from doing more live streaming of just, on a 2 you could be thinking you're on Sunday, and then maybe on Tuesday nights you might get on and play. You
Yeah.
know, you get a half hour gig, we're gonna be live for a half hour,
Yeah.
play some of your favorites.
So it's definitely like, it encourages us to do more of the talking, hanging out things. Playing, I mean, there's other components too, like, you know, practice, get set up and everything, but the quality is like one of the bigger parts, especially because, where we live isn't the greatest Wi-Fi, and like cell signal isn't, somebody comes in and out depending on.
Oh, right, double whammy.
Yeah, right. So it's like, if you're streaming, we're just talking, that's fine, cut out, come back in.
But music is good, right?
Like, we're playing a song and it cuts out for 20 seconds, then it comes back.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, so.
Takes them out of the experience.
We have done a little bit of live streaming over at Live Meeting. That was
Mhm.
interesting. They're an interesting company. But they had a whole team producing it, so that was a little easier. So like, there were problems, we were just clicking up there like after.
Right, so it's,
That was happening.
like if there are people saying it's lagging, it's glitching, whatever, you don't know that because you weren't
Yeah.
paying attention. When you do live stuff though, do you really talk to people while you're doing it? Do you actually like read comments and respond and like hear?
That's the best part.
Right
Okay.
now, that's pretty much all we're doing. We turn it on, like, how are you all doing? What are you doing?
Okay, so it's like commentating. Yeah.
It's funny.
Do you respond back through IM as well, or are you always verbal in your response?
Mostly verbal, but we do type in some stuff every once in a while.
Like, we want to link something.
Okay, so if you want to say, oh yeah, you can catch that video here, or
Yeah.
you can see that person's TED talk here, or
Yeah.
whatever. You know, whatever you want to do, yeah.
Exactly. Like last week, we recommended like an ebook to a friend. We were like linking to the comments.
Right, right.
It was like that.
Okay. What else did you like about this in this? What was appealing to you?
I guess like having tools you're familiar with. Like if I feel like I could just like that was something that Mobcam was kind of nice. I opened it up and pretty much knew how it worked.
Yep.
Had very like few questions thinking about it.
I always get excited when I see where it's like a suite of tools. Yes. Can't wait to see what those tools are.
Screwdriver, I don't need
There's
that.
no wrench in here.
Although I will say like launching tools, launching it with explanations or instructions is like a big plus. So like YouTube, so we're fortunate enough that like YouTube kind of communicates those products and development before they come out, so we're a little bit aware of it. But when they come out, they do a pretty good job of explaining them. So they just like released the community tab tool.
Yeah.
But before we used it, there was like a video tutorial on how to use it. So we didn't need it this time, we knew it before, but like Facebook literally just gave us probably 4 dozen new tools with no explanation.
Right.
So I opened up one day and I was looking at it like, what is all this?
Yeah.
So I have to spend like a day sometime next week and just like look at all of them.
Going to
Rather than
YouTube.
get an overview to
Yeah, watching.
Yeah, go to YouTube
Teaching
and watch
yourself
it.
How this works on Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm sure.
That's how you break the internet.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's like stuff that they're doing in goodwill because we don't know some stuff that happens behind the scenes because like Brandy's really good in with Facebook. Like they gave her, she went viral at first, so they gave her the Facebook Watch and all that stuff
Yeah, yeah.
before any other creators and things. And so obviously everybody wants that, so they just gave us like a Facebook Watch function. But I don't know if it's everybody or just us or we're part of a test group or something. But it just appeared one day, and I don't know what that means. It's like a checkbox. It's like add Facebook Watch. I'm like, what does that mean? There's not even like a help tool next to it or something.
Just to say why you were given this or what it's going to do for you or
And then they did.
Don't we all want?
And then they added like a thing where we can sort our videos through like seasons and episodes. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like I guess I just don't know like where. There's so many tools now.
Right. So
There's-
they're not communicating out to you. They're just producing and
throwing it out there.
throwing it
yeah.
out there, and whatever happens happens.
Unlocking things and not telling us.
Exactly. Okay.
So it's like a nice gesture, but like a big plus would be like maybe a little slower.
That's sure.
Because I mean I want YouTube to be faster and like releasing tools,
Yep.
but at the same time like I don't want it so fast where it's like Facebook where we got 12 new ones in like a day,
Yeah.
and they're all like different things, you know.
Yeah.
How would you prefer to learn how to use them? You haven't, been in these, or at YouTube, for instance, and would you expect maybe like a relationship manager to walk you through them in person, or do you think that just maybe coach remarks the first time you open it, or like hover tools or
live stream.
videos, like, yeah, a live stream,
Who
like,
does
what
it?
do you, how would you like to learn about these features and functions?
Ideally, in person and through a partner, but I know that's not completely possible for creators out there, because we learn the best, like, for the two of us, like Patreon has had their convention, they've had it for 3 years now. We always learn more in that one day than we do the rest of the year about Patreon, there.
talk to people and
Yeah, like,
demonstrate.
actually, the payment, we had a problem with our payment system on our Patreon account, and the payments manager pulled us aside to lunch, we spent an hour just with her, just the two of us and one other friend and her dealing with like our payment stuff,
Yeah,
which I know would not have happened over like email correspondence.
Yeah.
Just because of the volume,
yeah.
things they get, but we learned so much from that that I feel like it's kind of unrealistic for my friend who lives in Virginia, who's Patreon as well, it's like, you can't talk to her. I don't know, you know, like, I don't know what to say, but I
I'll
don't,
take the nine.
I know that's not realistic, you know, to like ask that for like every single creator, or like even like Mobcrush or Mobcam, we text Phil like, is this supposed to happen? Like, how do we use this thing, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know what a better way of communicating that is. I guess the closest was when YouTube had that little tooltip, that like, you have Community tab, now here's how to use it.
Yeah.
And it had a video link, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
when you first open, everything's highlighted with the
Yeah.
tips.
Yeah, yeah.
Like what to
Those
do, and it
lines.
highlights and says, hey, you know, and even if it's not, you know, maybe a full one-on-one, at least it's, it'll give you some awareness and maybe a link to a YouTube video.
Actually, I think though, like YouTube's, one of YouTube's creative teams, I think it's the team that's behind the dashboard, started our YouTube channel. So it's not like by YouTube, but it's like approved by YouTube. So sometimes they walk through products in there, and I feel like I get a better sense of what things are.
So then someone talking you through it remotely.
Well, so on those videos, they usually pull up like a channel that actually exists, like an existing YouTube channel, and then they'll walk through with them. And I feel like it gives me good context.
Okay, so then they do it with somebody else, even if it's not you, it's just
Yeah.
walk through a real life example.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes text, that's it. It's just like texting girl, you know, you don't really know exactly because there's no context.
Right.
So how do I reply?
That's great.
Sure.
Sure.
Exactly. That's how you get those really deep text
Yeah, exactly.
conversations. Yes. Later when you're married, you have those like one-word conversations. One time.
You already know,
Like,
exactly.
It's short. It's all shorthand after that. It's all like yes, yes, yes. Yes, your day is boring.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so now we're going to do a card sort. Laura, will you spread this
Yeah,
along
sure.
that side? Okay, so we're going to have you kind of slide over a little bit that way so you have your own space. So essentially these are little cards with things glued on them that tell you about various features that might actually be part of a product like this, like that product description you just went through, right? So read through these, and then we have 3 categories for you to use. And that is, I am not interested in this, so it's not something for me, not something that would work for me.
I sent you stuff for your.
Me too.
Yeah.
And then you also have nice to have, which is, you know, this is really kind of cool, but if you didn't have it, it wouldn't be hard to buy it or deal with the product, right? Like I would not use it. And then must have. Must have means if you expect me to engage in this product and want this product, this has to be true. So that's how you do that. And then you've got these little love it stickers, little love it pieces of paper. I keep saying stickers. Because otherwise I never write one. So you have these, and in case something really catches your eye, and you're like, all right, yeah, I love this, right? And it could still be a nice to have, but you really that's the thing that's going to make you really want this kind of thing, right? So it doesn't have to be a must have, but something you really like. And then just lay them out, because eventually I'm going to take pictures of them.
Is the filters is that like a Snapchat filter or is it?
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
Or is it like a
It could be,
format?
like
It could be the
Bottom
photo,
or
yeah, the
bottom.
caption bottom that, get links to your channel or whatever.
In that
It
context.
could just be, cat ears or something, a Hello Kitty.
We'll leave you alone.
Okay.
We're gonna leave you alone, let you guys do this.
Don't copy off your.
Yeah.
If there's anything you don't understand, then just kind of put it aside, when we come back in, we'll explain what that feature is, and then you can.
Guys, do your job.
And have it, whatever it is.
Okay, because no audiences. You don't have to-
There are no wrong
You know,
answers.
They can handle it.
because some of these automatically makes me think of what products are out there that have the must-have, all these are already a part of. So I'm like, it'd be nice to have, but like, this one should be here, and this one should be here, because there's products that already have these.
Yeah.
That's cool, multiple casters paired together. So that's like, Instagram already does that.
Do you guys have any questions for any of the features?
So actually, is this what it sounds like, that we can just share live video and text message?
Yeah, so let's say you could live, for example, let's say you could live stream within your text client.
Oh.
Or, just send a notification, however you
Yeah.
want to use, a lot of flexibility and what, so if you like something, but you're like, okay, I like this, but if it did X,
Yeah.
that's,
And then this is like a separate channel just for like private stuff.
yeah, or private station, yeah, but it's just like, let's say you got a road or something, whatever.
Yeah, that'd be really cool, yeah. And then is this for simultaneous cameras or just like the type?
Universe types, in that one, yeah, there's other ones about simultaneous camera
Okay,
feeds,
gotcha,
but
yeah,
that's
so
this universe, this would just be, are you locked to a type of brand camera, or would
Yeah.
it be, you bring your own camera to the party, take your time. Take your time.
Yeah.
How'd you guys do?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool, all right. So I'm just gonna take a quick picture of this, because yesterday, my last session of the day, people walked over and cleaned it up before I took pictures, because like, excellent. This side, this picture. I used to do this old school, I would like go and like write it down.
Yeah.
So much nicer to just be like, yeah, camera, good, okay.
Start doing business cards that way now too.
And, help her, but,
Take a photo of it. I do that.
No worries.
That's cool. I see if I want, I don't buy
I
it.
have friends at ICM and CAA and WME, so if she's ever interested in that type of world, they rep anyone from like Halle Berry to
Well,
Megan
like, I already
Fox.
own it, so, like, this is
so,
what I want, but I don't
I
want
know a
to
bunch of agents over there. One of my best friends is
Your
over
husband,
there.
librarian, sure.
Mine's
Doesn't have any books in his
Um,
Yeah. Yeah,
and
so,
WME
yeah.
and CAA are the same type, like they're all
Like, I-
That's what librarians
so
can.
focused on the models, but
He has, like,
they all have branding departments that help facilitate that.
Yeah.
She's funny, she's like just dabbling, she's like,
There's like a term in the
She's
property
got,
community itself, it's like stash beyond life
bizarre
expectancy. And I feel like
follow.
library beyond life expectancy is like at a
Okay.
certain point, you just
Yeah.
so you're never ever,
we were,
you know.
Oh, yeah.
she gets DM'd by, I'm sure, you can imagine, like,
It's
it's
on
just,
his Patreon, he has a package where he mails out like a package of books that he never
guy
had
works
over.
CBS,
All right, now I'm.
talk show,
So I can
Fox
do that.
Never read?
Yeah.
The moving fox?
And,
That's
you
awesome.
know, I think she's just trying to figure out what she wants to do. So she's at school, she's still kind of like
Absolutely.
taking her undergrad
Yeah.
course.
It's a box of books that we're not interested in.
Yeah.
How did you decide to go down this road?
Where
Did you take-
Swag.
I studied economics
Yeah.
undergrad,
Yeah.
and then one of the guys that's actually in this
So,
office.
let's talk about must-haves. What did you guys have for must-haves?
For me, it was like stuff that like you said, like, it's like minimum feature required, even though there's some stuff here I'd like really like to have. I feel like it would be kind of unfair to ask as a must. So like this stuff is like,
Whose feelings are you
So-
hurting?
I know, right? Well,
Yeah.
well, I mean, just like, I just feel like an ass, like, you know, like you have to have overlay, like minimum required, you know, like.
Yeah.
But like that.
You're not hurting Patty's feelings, believe it. You're not hurting Patty's feelings,
No,
believe
it's
me.
just like,
You're not making more work for us, being like, oh my god, I gotta go home and.
yeah. Well, it's not even that. I think it's like if I put up a product, I wouldn't like expect the minimum to be like.
Some of the fancy
Like,
features,
even though
right?
I like love, like when I tag these, I think that's the in between.
Yep,
These like the cloud-based editing tool would be amazing.
right, okay.
But the must-have is just like I want like I feel like doing it with my phone. It's a
Yep.
must. Like all these other things I shouldn't have to think about, like low latency, jitter, and stuff like that. I just don't even think about it.
Right, like,
So.
so you need to have that as a base. Did you have some similar things like that, things that were sort of baseline, and then you went into?
My approach with this was to try to not think too much, but think about all the other products that already have these things in that must-have.
Right, okay.
So like,
So this is the bar, the way you did it.
I was like, all right, well, this, you know, Instagram has this, so this has this, you know.
Right.
So these are things that like, if you want to be competitive, should have probably.
Right.
So that's, I just like shuffle through the cards and do that first. But the centralized analytics and like the cloud-based editing.
So you guys
tools.
both like the cloud-based editing tool, that's both must-have for you guys, okay.
Yeah.
Uncapped quality, low latency,
Yeah, these were like things
minimizing
that could
jitters,
potentially, you know, be even better than things that are out there now.
right. But think that's, when you think about what you put in the must-haves, if that product appeared to you, think somehow you heard about that, right? Either through other influencers or whatever, you saw it online, you saw a commercial or something, but is that a product you would think, hey, that's gonna help us up our game, or that's gonna help us take some of that time off where we all need film editors, right? Somehow it's gonna help you, right? With just the must-haves, is that a product that you would think that's the product I want? With just the must-haves?
I think it'd be the minimum for me to consider it.
Okay.
It's like, I think some of the stuff that nice to have would be like the thing about pushing from the edge.
So what are the things that push you over the edge?
Like a really thing definitely, because once again, like we don't know how to program that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So I guess some of my like love it, nice to have would kind of be like partially here, but not.
right, if you think of must-have as you're gonna have to, yeah, we wanna push you over the edge,
So like, I guess most of this like love it, nice to have, probably be in that, like the prior comes bandwidth, you know, because it's something else that I just don't want to think about that we end up thinking about later, like, we're getting ready to broadcast, like, oh, this is the Wi-Fi in Santa Monica, I don't know, like, you know, like.
You just want that off your checklist, like, I mean,
Yeah.
you're not wanting to think about that, it's a distraction, I just want to focus on what you're doing.
Like, we were talking with one of our friends, Kat Black, a few weeks ago, she had mentioned, like, she's part B2 Black, and so, like, Google gave her a free Pixel 3, and she was like, well, now that I'm a Pixel, like, I look at an iPhone, this is a child's toy, and I was like, yes, but I like my magic brick. Because I don't know how this works. I just like that I turn it on and everything happens. You know, so that's just my thing. Like she likes tinkering with all the stuff. But I'm like, I just want the brick to do its thing. You know?
not really concerned with how it does it.
Yeah.
I turn it on and
Don't worry about
happens.
the hamster getting tired.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, right.
So that's yeah, like being able to do it from my phone, but also like the jitter and the latency stuff. Like we've had issues in the past and just not known, like it wasn't even consideration before we turned on the stream. Oh, it's how do we change this? You know,
Right, how we fix it, yeah, and already you're live and people are waiting for you.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, oh, wait, we didn't do that, okay. Where did your analytics end up? I see yours is must-have, is yours also a must-have?
Yeah, centralized analytics.
Yeah, okay. So talk about the centralized, why that's important to you.
Yeah, for me, it's like having everything in one spot is just, feels like a no-brainer to me.
Okay.
Not having to go, like, oh, I gotta sign up for like TubeBuddy or some third party something to capture analytics that YouTube doesn't give me. Like, it's just like, I don't have to think about any of that
Okay,
if it's already built in.
yeah. And so you're getting it all, when you're live streaming to multiple platforms, you're getting those analytics back
All
to
of
know.
it.
This
I know
is,
Mobcrush was talking about that too.
Well,
Correct.
they put those, or it's everybody after us, but like when he started parsing out like what platforms went live in real time.
Yeah.
It was really helpful because early on the original Mobcam like was only showing a number of viewers, but we didn't necessarily know what platform. So now we can see like, oh, we have some people on Mixer and Edge.
It's been a like freaking exciting time. Who knew?
It's a little bit-
simulcasting would be so exciting.
It is a little bit of a morale booster. It's like, oh, people are watching.
Multiple places.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
We have a Mixer.
Yeah.
Hello there, how are you? I can see that you're in here.
Also, like, even, like, retention is something we paid attention to. Because then we'll see, like, oh, they didn't like it when we did this, or people got bored, or dropped off after an ad or something.
Right.
So,
See, like, yeah, peak points and stuff. It's all helpful.
I will say, even though we don't know how to interpret analytics, very much like the waiting for the delay on our YouTube analytics is kind of like Christmas. But it's like it's always 2 or 3 days delayed.
Yeah.
I put a video out like in 3 days to find out if that thumbnail worked. You know, like better or worse.
So it's not real time in any way, shape, or form.
No,
It's
I mean,
not
the only
like.
real time they have is like estimated views, but you don't know if they're clicking and going right out.
Right, like this was an accident
So
or, yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
Demo?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Do it into that part.
That's the process.
Yeah.
I'm doing a brand safety
So
check.
Brian, we missed the demo, but I feel like these guys have.
They
Mobcam,
know
so-
Mobcam very well. If you
Is
want,
the demo different from Mobcam?
slightly with
Okay,
the
let's just
yeah.
do it quickly and then we'll wrap up.
Sure.
So if you've got any questions, burning questions, get them ready.
So I know the main questions that I want to ask you guys, since you guys are very well versed on Mobcam. I will bring this over to you in a second.
Yeah. Brian, I'll let you take that.
Yeah.
So what tools do you use for your editing right now?
On our channel, mostly, oh yeah, well, mostly Final Cut. But then we do have Adobe, like the Creative Cloud, Photoshop a lot more, sometimes Premiere, but for YouTube purposes, Premiere sometimes, or for our YouTube purposes, Premiere sometimes a little overkill. It's like playing a pipe organ instead of a keyboard. But sometimes we end up in Premiere, like when we did the X-Men collab, we had like 4K footage from 3 cameras.
Some more sophisticated needs more tools, but maybe
Yeah.
for your more casual videos, scaled down set, maybe more.
Yeah, like when we did the Thanksgiving song, we superimposed our heads on turkeys. We didn't need Premiere for that. Like, but we did Final Cut and took like an hour.
Use overlay of turkey.
Their turkeys?
Yeah.
Okay, that's really, so, even for, okay.
So guys, Lauren, do you have another question? Okay. No worries. So I want to give you this. This is the demo that we want to show you guys. This is a prototype that is still being worked on. The big difference, you guys are familiar, we're live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube right now, but you guys know that there's Twitter, Periscope, and Mixer.
Yeah.
The difference in this one is this button, which is still, you can click it, it won't do anything right now.
Gotcha.
It would be able to pair with an external third-party device.
Nice.
In this case, this would be 4K 3D or 360 content. We're looking at, do we want it to pair with an external 2D camera, kind of getting a feel of if people would be interested in this.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So that's positive, but now if you're, obviously you guys do this together, but if the experience would be somewhat like this,
Yeah.
how do you feel about holding 2 devices?
So it would just switch off to this like completely?
Yeah, and so this would essentially be what your viewers would see, but in 4K and 360 content. Where this would be the device that you'd be seeing chat.
I think it'd be interesting.
Is it still monitoring here or no?
Because this can't show 360 content,
There's no way to.
Yeah, it would just basically show an overlay that's saying you're live, and then it would be the chat. And obviously, in your guys' case, you could be reading the chat, he could be showcasing, but it's still, for a single person, I would be curious to see if...
Because this doesn't necessarily need to be in my hands, though, either. If I had, like, some sort of Gorilla Pod or something. My Mobcrush Gorilla Pod.
Actually, that might actually work out well because because the chat's kind of small on the phone screen, he usually
Yeah.
opens up the chat on his phone while we're streaming on this.
I have
that
like
way.
the unified chat on my phone, and then
So this
his phone
work.
runs the simulcast. So that
So I guess for our purposes, that
it would
it's
kind of
what
still
we do
be
already.
similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you expect the company that's doing this, would you expect them to either give you recommended cameras to use? Like if you want 360, here's what we recommend. Would you expect them actually to sell those cameras? Or would you expect that they would just say, hey, you can pair with any camera you own?
For us, I think, I don't know, for me,
I would expect them to just give me one for free, like maybe one of each.
So here's your 360, here's your
Yeah.
webcam, have a new phone.
That's right, yeah. I think it would
This is
be,
everything you need.
I think it would be fair to have like a list of supported cameras.
Okay.
Maybe
For
not
sure.
necessarily like one from the company,
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
but
And then
Yeah,
just
yeah.
having like a range of compatibility. Because
Right.
everyone has all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah.
We actually use that Logitech.
Yeah.
Not us, but Boss Level 8. Yeah.
Yeah. But if it said, so, this kind of Logitech webcam will work, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Here are the
Knowing
eight,
that, like,
here are
cool,
the 8
I don't have to buy
Logitech
another
versions that will
thing.
work, right?
Because that's the thing too, is like
Yeah.
not having to buy another thing. Like if it's going to be compatible with stuff I already have, then I'm in.
It helps you.
because that might also kind of be, if it's like completely open source, I don't know if this is everybody or just us, because we're a little like new to the video side of things.
Yeah, that's not linked right now, that's why. Yeah.
This is freaking cool.
But like if when OBS is like it's completely open and you can use anything,
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start.
Now it's 360.
Yeah, so that's why it's like so it's kind of nice to just hand it these phones like here's the apps you can have.
Not a curated experience.
Yeah, it would be a little bit weird to have like a proprietary thing because there's not
Yeah.
much room to grow. But like the list of supported things, I think would be like
Right.
I would kind of expect that to be like the starting point, even if there's only a few.
Yeah, and this layout's perfect. Like the chat being over the screen, I actually love a lot, and it being transparent instead of having some sort of backing. It still allows me to have the screen.
Yeah.
Actually, we haven't used 360 and 180 except for once when another company demoed their product with those ones. Just because it hasn't been available, but the 180 might actually help us for our live streams because since it's the two of us,
Yeah.
we have to scrunch to fit on the screen.
Right, so 180 might give you
Yeah.
better space, right?
Because I just see Pixel 3 did a thing now where the selfie, like when you go to pull up the selfie, there's a button you could push and it actually it's like adding a lens onto your
adds
camera.
distance.
Oh,
It
yeah.
adds
Yeah, no.
width, and so you can get more people in a selfie
interesting.
without being like.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my arms are so short, I can barely get me into something.
So I guess for our what we do specifically to us, since there's two of us, and the camera ends up being a little farther away, like this separating thing might actually like work out.
To have an extra, something like this.
Because typically on our Sundays we put this up, and since it's fitting both of us in, it's far enough away that we're not exactly reading it.
Yeah.
But then here, sorry, this is like a tree thing fell off. It's like the sky is falling.
Guy's falling.
But yeah, he usually has the chat pulled up on his phone anyway.
Right, so
So
you
that
can
might actually just-
get that, yeah.
Yeah, it might actually work out. It's like a more optimized version of what we were kind of like made up.
Right. So when you think about this, and you think about all the things you really liked about it, or things you really like it to have, what's sort of I'll call it the cost value to you, right? So would you think that you would subscribe monthly? Would it be like a one and done fee or an annual kind of fee thing? Like what, do you subscribe to other things and pay monthly fees? Is that like a natural kind of thing to expect?
The last time we paid for a streaming tool was, I forgot what it was called.
That's what I was just trying to think.
What was it called?
Was it restreaming?
No, it wasn't Restream. It was something that only did one stream at a time. It's something really like basic. I can't remember what it was. But we paid like a one-time thing, and it seemed fair to me. It was like $5 once. But the subscription thing, I guess we're used to because like Adobe. Well,
It's at least an annual license for Creative Studio.
something, yeah, or
It's tough to beat the Mobcam.
being free.
Free.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it was going to be offered free though, and it basically was just basically the guaranteed bandwidth, the bit rate, the low latency, the no jitters, like some of that, supported for 2D video, and
Yeah.
let's say stream to multiple platforms, like that might be a baseline version. Do you see things here that you think
Yeah.
you would pay for on top of that? Like, so the next package could be a couple of things,
Sure. Yeah.
and then you pay whatever, right, for it.
Yeah, like
Like analytics might be more.
The jitter, the low latency, what was the on the sheet having there?
Yeah.
I think for the most part, if it was going to be like a free and then pay for additional things, I think for the most part the must-have would be my expectation of like a free use thing.
Okay.
Well, maybe not unlimited data. I don't know. Like for the most part.
Yeah.
Well,
my gosh, yeah.
the only reason I think about that is like YouTube. Like, there's no cap on what we upload. But
That's what it's like trying to cross like everything I've seen so far with what is in front of me. And
Yeah.
then,
But, like,
making the lists.
I would understand paying like a monthly fee to like edit in the cloud-based thing or having the overlays, and I would probably do it because it's something I don't have to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, it wouldn't take me like a week to learn how to do graphics.
Right.
I can just like pop it up on
But
here.
then you'd be able to do it, and you wouldn't have to be hiring someone to do it or
Yeah.
figuring it out. Yeah.
And we could also tier it so that like if we say we do start like our live music live stream, and we can do the free thing and not invest money into it, but then like we find out it's like picking up and it's actually worth the investment. We're like, oh yeah, we should sink like X amount of dollars every month into having like graphics and all this stuff,
Right.
and then it grows with that portion of the business.
Right.
It's tough for me to decide whether it should be like a subscribe or buy for one time.
Yeah.
Because it could be presented in the sense of like Apple Store, you buy the app, and then there's a bunch of things you can pay for to unlock,
Within
you know?
it, yeah.
So it's
Like
like,
in-app
$3 I can
purchase
get this,
or
this, and that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And then I hit that as a one-time pay, so now I have this, and but this I can, for the same amount of money, I can do that, and I have this and this.
Right.
So I can see that working really well too.
Okay.
And one last question for today, as far as, how you do this. So, you mentioned you use Final Cut Pro and Creative Suite and stuff.
Mhm.
That's all obviously desktop based.
Yeah.
On the phone, I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
what
or,
would
what do we
you
use?
want to do, like, if you could do everything just from the phone, appealing, or do you think desktop support is needed?
For like the live stream editing,
For whatever.
I don't
Simple
know.
editing stuff like that's easy to do on the phone. It's the like overlays and stuff like that we can't necessarily do yet.
Mhm.
I guess Rush has more than one layer now, right? Rush has like.
Oh yeah, but that's not cloud based. I guess with the editing stuff for the live stream, there've been a couple times where we just needed to shave like the first minute where we're looking in and seeing like, is this live yet? It's like simple things like that. But if there are more tools, I think we would adapt to use them. They just simply haven't been available yet, so it's not part of our workflow because we very rarely, I don't even know if we ever have like downloaded a live stream, edited it, and then re-uploaded it. We just kind of like let it be what it is. But if we had the options, we might curate a little bit more of it so that like when we get off on a tangent for like 10 minutes, then maybe that part's just like crossed out of like the car. Yeah, because sometimes like the live experience of hanging out in the live stream is fun, but then like we actually unlist our videos and keep them in like an archive private list for people who want to watch it, because like watch an hour of everybody just kind of talking about someone's day may not be appealing, but like the 10 minutes we talked about like the upcoming project might be like a really worthwhile.
Right. So being able to edit that sort of in the cloud in a cloud way so that it goes out to the other platforms, but it's edited.
Yeah, and I don't know like how much I'd use it, but like it would just depend if the tools are available, like being able to add like a little underlying music or something. I don't know. Like
Tough part is
basic stuff.
A lot of we don't know what we want either until you guys show us.
Yeah.
Like, wow, I didn't know I needed this.
But the idea of
it's tough to answer that.
But the idea of cloud-based editing sounds like a really appealing thing to start off.
Yep.
Within the overlays built in,
I love that. That's awesome.
because we tried that with Mobcam with the charity stuff, and we were like, "That's awesome!" Like
Right.
it just appeared.
Yeah. Magic. I love magic.
I didn't have to build this asset.
Any final questions, you guys?
Yeah, I think
We're
that's
good.
it. What kind of donut would you like?
And we mean that.
Yeah.
Sincerely.
Not leaving without a donut.
Just take the
Hell
whole
or my
side
water.
Yeah. So thank you so much for coming
Oh, no
today.
problem.
That's for you.
Thank you guys as always.
That's for you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
You guys have always been a pleasure.
Oh, these guys are
You guys
amazing.
are great.
Like,
I know, we're having so much fun with them.
They're
It's like,
it's so easy. Like, I remember when we first met up with Phil, he gave us the beta of Mobcam, and there was like one thing I can't remember that we were like, oh, that would have been nice, and we like mentioned it, and you guys had it fixed in 24 hours.
We
Like-
try our best. We try our damn best.
That was pumpkin spice. And I think that was purple.
I might have to jet out.
There's no red and black.
Oh yeah. You know what's funny? I'm actually allergic to red 40 food coloring.
Your greatest irony.
So what
This was like some kind of sweet crumb, I think. This was like salted caramel. It was good. Pumpkin spice glazed.
Yeah, we appreciate
Some
what you
kind
guys
of
do here.
salted.
Yeah, because every time, like,
And it's so much fun when it's
we're,
It's fun to talk.
Did you photograph this so I can?
Yeah, let's wait, one more. Okay, one more before you stop it, before you touch it.
There it is again.
Yeah.
She did. I saw her take pictures.
We use this thing like multiple times during the week, Mobcam. And then we visit these guys every couple of weeks or whatever. We come in here, like all these people that make a little button work. We like look back, like, thank you.
God, you poor UI guys. Like, these guys.
Yeah. Just sometimes Phil or Sam will ask, like, would you like this feature? I'm like, yes. How much will it take them to do? Oh, Mark's here.
Now, wait, what you're gonna do is find out what days they have the
Come on in.
on those days. What do you guys got today?
Hey, man. How you doing?
All right. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, man.
It's such a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
I've already started watching your stuff, so. I'm sure I'll
Hi.
subscribe.
It's nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Hi, this guy, how you doing, man?
Our card was the same outfit as we do.
Oh, that's awesome.
Also,
Love
we're the
that.
best.
Very nice.
That's awesome.
You have a
And I love.
It's like a treat.
Yeah, it's we're the same desk.
And I love the briefcase.
Oh, thanks, yeah.
Because I have an old cigarette carrier, one of those metal ones, and that's what, I pull it out, and it looks at me like,
What is
I
that?
just smoking here, and I'm like, oh, he's wearing this.
You know, it's nice because like we pull our shirts out here.
One more.
These are cool. These are cool.
I love that.
Excellent,
So,
thank you.
Texturally crazy, yeah. This is one of the guys that we appeared. Yeah, we were telling you about.
Oh, that's cool.
One of our first YouTube collabs when we got to LA was the Donald Trump song.
Oh, yeah, that's right, you did this.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's great.
Nice before we do.
Oh yeah, so we did the video at, like under
During the primaries.
during the assumption that he wasn't gonna like get elected.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, it's called like, what's the deal with Donald Trump, right?
yeah. I think any psychic who predicted that.
Yeah.
That would have gone
good odds,
through
for sure.
that.
But it was our full like first full-fledged production on YouTube. Like we were on stage and he was like doing the dolly shots around us.
That's great. And then like we've done more, if they're like, they're not crew, they might go to their crew and shoot into space.
Right.
So I applied, there's like an educational grant YouTube's giving out, so I applied for it from a pocket film school.
Yes.
We'll see if that
Did you
happens.
apply for Hank's creator?
Yeah.
You see that for VidCon?
I didn't, because all they're giving away is like $1.
Still.
Still, I don't know, it's like to buy a camera because you need cameras. I've got all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, you also have promo.
I need like a living, I need like $100,000
Yeah.
for the year.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
No, like,
Yeah, we all need that.
yeah, Megan got a good grant from Google, like, big project for like a year.
Yeah.
So, she did that, but she also had like a manager, like,
I think she's also got a squillion followers too.
not a whole lot, she's only like 250K.
That's 5 times what I
I know. That's funny.
have. She's also, she was
I
big.
think they take her because she's old school.
Yeah, she was like first time her song was on stage at the first VidCon like 9 years ago. So she's been around.
Very cool. Yeah, this guy introduced us to our first set of YouTube friends. So when we went to the first part of YouTube, he was in line and we talked to him. It was funny because the reason we talked to you, other than you being in line, the day before, Malika had it from YouTube was like, when you go to that party, the first person you see, say hi to, and how can I help? I was like, hi, I'm Rod. How can I help? And he's like, I have to shoot next week.
Hey,
And we were-
that's actually great advice, right?
We were on your shoot,
Yeah.
and I walked out of stage 2, and Malika was giving a tour. She's like, what are you doing here? Like, I took your advice, and now we're helping on this shoot. She's like, no one takes my advice. Like, I feel like this is a freebie, you know, like, from YouTube. But,
All right, well, we're gonna put
Thank you guys so much.
I'm Lauren.
it's so funny.
I'm Patty.
I've
Nice to meet
One
you.
of the questions they asked, I was thinking of you, so this is gonna be interesting.
Oh, yeah, don't,
Yeah.
don't,
On-
spoiler alert,
on
spoiler
that
alert.
list,
Oh, yeah, oh,
Specifically.
sorry.
Because he's gonna have a lot better answers than we for this part.
You guys are great, thank you so much.
Thank you as always.
Yeah, thanks again.
Thank you so much.
Another one, that's fine.
Thank you as always.
Bye, guys.
Water, coffee, sweet.
This is LaCroix.
Okay, what flavor would you like? Lime, lemon?
I gotcha.
All right, Brian's gonna surprise you.
I don't know the flavors.
Neither do I. I only know because I was in the first.
LaCroix is like this mythic thing. It's like so
It's
a bunch of like.
seltzer, like,
It's
I know,
seltzer.
it's seltzer and it's not special, but somehow in
It's not just
California.
made in Ohio or something, right?
Florida, I think, well, the parent company's in Florida.
It's not LaCroix, it's LaCroix.
Yeah, it's not, it's not said the French way.
No, and someone took French for years, and I thought, everyone's saying wrong, but they can't correct them because I'm wrong. There you go.
Ah.
All right, thank you for coming. So you saw the signed the NDA,
I have.
so we're all good, okay. Excellent, so I'm Patty, Lauren, Jeff, you obviously know Brian.
Okay.
And we're here to do some research about a new product that the company is thinking about bringing to the world, that hopefully will be interesting to people like you,
Okay.
who are, influencers, who do a lot of videos, who have blogs and fan followings and things like that. So, first we want to learn a little bit about you, what you do, how you do it, what kind of tools you're using and what you like and don't like. And then we're going to talk about specifically the idea of the product, and talk. There is a demo, if we remember to do that in time this time. You guys have to keep me on schedule here. And so we'll show you that as well, and then do what we call a card sort, which I'll explain to you later.
Okay.
So, excellent, cool. Tell me about yourself. Tell me, what you do, who you are.
Well, what am I? When I go to the doctor, I write cinematographer.
Okay.
For job, because that's what I am. I've shot like a dozen feature films,
Okay.
but in the 90s,
Yeah.
I still do that work when it comes to it,
Yeah.
which is rare. And I'll shoot like interviews, TV shows, and stuff like that. As far as like YouTube and kind of social media is concerned, I'm Professor Puppet. That's my main channel,
Okay.
which is this puppet that is sort of educational, but mostly entertaining. It started out just being just more personality based.
Okay.
Like, oh, let's get some girl in where we just chat and be funny.
Right.
But then the stuff that was better was more useful,
Okay.
more educational.
So like the puppet teaching you how to do certain things.
Well, it's just sort of like the puppet is the YouTuber.
Okay.
And like a bunch of it is just interview people. Like go to Comic-Con and interview people, these cosplay girls. Or just meet somebody and have them over and chat about something, do like a YouTube kind of challenge.
Okay.
They used to do. And then like sort of explain things that I thought of that. I was going to explain this. Like my top video is, I don't think you guys want to be up or anything, my top video is how much YouTubers make, which is this video that lays out exactly how the money works on YouTube.
Oh.
Like the actual math equation.
Right.
So you can say, well, they have 1 million views, that you could figure out that's probably about $1,300. Just based on 55% and all these different things that factor in. And they're all different. If you shift them around, it changes.
Okay.
And that's 5 years old, it's got 2.5 million views. They made sequels to that and other versions. And that's what, when YouTube called me to like counsel me, they said, keep doing those. Keep making these videos about how to get rich on YouTube.
Okay.
And they actually said, change the playlist name to how to make money on YouTube. Like, make them about how to make money on YouTube.
Right.
I did a few more of those.
Did that actually help?
And, well, those got more.
Yeah.
Only one of them went to like 2.5 million. The rest, like the sequel, which is the same video but answering more questions, was like 500,000 maybe, or a lot less. And then I did one about how the states got their names. Because I thought it was funny that some states were named after people and some were like Indian names. And
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to break it all down into these categories.
Yeah.
And I had a wooden puzzle from my childhood that my mom sent me. And I just like kind of showed all the states and grouped it. That's it. It's all from Wikipedia.
Right.
That did really well.
Okay.
Like suddenly, out of nowhere, I get like 500,000 views in a day. Because like something, it's like the magic of the internet.
Right.
Where the right person, the right school district assigned that question, and the right number of people ask for it at the same time, and all just trying to snowball.
Then all of a sudden it ended up in the algorithm.
And it's like,
other
the
people
view is
start
like,
saying-
like that, and then it goes like that.
Right.
And it's just amazing.
Okay.
And anyway, so
So how many subscribers do you have on YouTube?
on Professor Puppet, I have 55-ish thousand.
Okay.
And on Mark Gray, the other channel, which is had longer,
Yeah.
is I don't even know, it's either 4,000 or 8,000, I can't remember.
Okay. Is that more based on your like cinematography work?
Well, yeah, it's like my films and I did sometimes some vlogs there.
Yeah.
I did a bunch of vlogs in like 2006, before that word existed.
Right. When it was still, you typed your blog.
No,
and,
yeah, I called them, they were podcasts, I put them on,
Right.
because there was the nascent iTunes podcast
Yeah.
engine. And I put them on as, they're about the Cannes Film Festival. And I'd go and do basically exactly what Casey Neistat does now. But this is like 12 years ago.
Right.
I did it for like 2 years at Cannes, it was really interesting, but I couldn't find any way to monetize it.
Yeah.
Or anybody to pay me to do it, or a sponsor site sort of stopped it.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I was like, and later I'm like, I'm just doing that exact thing. But it became a big thing.
You were adopted so early that you didn't.
I told you I was
You
so
didn't
far away.
support. Yeah.
And like about 4 years ago, I had the 360 video.
That was before anybody else was doing it. Really.
Yeah, well, YouTube Space had a display of like all the cameras that were available.
Yeah.
There was that one with the candy bar, the
starts with a T. It's a copier company. Ryko does it with a T. Ryko. And it's Ryko. So it's like a little candy bar.
Yeah.
It gave you 360 right out the camera.
Yeah.
Except it did. You had to go and marry them together and stitch it. It was a whole thing. And I was like, this is still amazing.
Yeah.
Pretty much videos about that. A bunch of how-tos about that.
Yeah.
And then LinkedIn saw my how-tos about that and hired me to do a bunch of videos for them, like teaching things.
Right.
I did one about cinematography, did two about cinematography and lighting,
Yeah.
and one about how to do live streams, and one about 360 video,
Okay.
and how to, like the post process.
Yeah.
And I invented a post process for 360, because what's the camera? The Kodak Pix Pro is like two cameras back to back, which look a lot like the Magic did, but fatter, like two big fat cameras back to back that you would have to stitch together. And I thought, well, if you put them side by side, like eyes, then you get 3D in 180. And I sort of invented that.
Yeah.
I did a whole workflow for that, a bunch of videos about it. I invented this part that I worked on a 3D print, and I sold that part, and I sold hundreds of those all over the world.
Great.
Most of the important companies in Europe, I think.
But
But it actually works.
you don't care who they are.
I don't care, but they get like 180, pretty good 3D.
Huh?
And I've done a bunch, I have those on YouTube. Those are the marketing channels.
Okay. Now, you use YouTube primarily.
Yeah.
What other platforms are you on, or are you producing content for other?
Well, here's the thing, like after the election, I kind of like tailed off a little bit because it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
And all I want to do is yell at him about Donald Trump, and it doesn't help really, because there are people who are better at it
Yeah.
and have more to say and more meaningful information,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't help.
Right.
It just makes everybody angry
Yeah.
and makes you more angry. So I kind of just tailed off on it.
Okay.
You know, so I haven't done a lot of YouTube content in the last couple of years. For a while, I was doing a live stream every day. I did the New York Times crossword puzzle as Professor Puppet every day.
So the puppet was doing the
Yeah,
concert?
well, it's first of all, like, so the way my desk works is like a computer here and there's a camera up here.
Okay.
And like that feeds right into the computer, so I can live stream Professor Puppet like that. Then I had, what's this, OBS software?
Yeah.
And I could switch from that to the screen grab, and I could do like a, that's sort of why I did all these different setups for that. Like I put the comments on screen.
Right.
I was live streaming that on YouTube. Once in a while on my main channel, and then I thought, well, people didn't really love it. It wasn't okay on my main channel. So I like doing it, so I spun off a tiny another channel.
Okay.
And did it there a ton for like a year.
Okay.
Like almost every day.
So it was like a niche channel.
Yeah, very rich. I had like 20 really passionate followers.
Okay.
I never really grew up.
Okay.
And after like a year, but like not really blowing up, I said, oh, you know,
Yeah.
I really need to do this, you know. And I focused more on other things, you know. But I still, Facebook still exists. I make videos on Fiverr. You familiar with Fiverr?
Mhm.
Fiverr is
These
this
guys probably.
worldwide marketplace where people can buy services and objects, mostly services for like $5, starting at $5.
Okay.
Back in the day, it was just $5. Now it's like $1,000.
Right, yeah.
And I was one of the original top-rated sellers on there.
Wow.
I'm the top puppet on Fiverr. I've made about 9,000 videos on Fiverr
Okay.
for clients, where
Okay.
they write a little script or they make a video.
Okay, selling their service.
Sometimes it's like a birthday greeting for somebody who's personal.
Okay.
Sometimes it's like introducing people or MC conferences with this puppet on video. And a lot of mostly it's ads
Yeah.
and promotional things. Or also like how-to videos or sort of corporate, you know,
Yeah.
things, or like jokey messages out to like different groups.
Okay.
I have a lot of recurring clients, and yeah, and so that's also slowed way down, but I still do that
Yeah.
all the time.
Are you looking and thinking about maybe growing your following again? Are you always thinking about
Yeah,
your
I'm always,
influencer?
like YouTube, like the biggest thing I ever did when they opened YouTube Space, and somebody just did stages and cameras and things, and I was a cinematographer, I've done films and stuff. I was like, well, this is cool.
Yeah.
I worked really hard for like 2 years to like break in and get to 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And then from there it went up faster, but it sort of plateaued at like 55,000. But I made a series called Pocket Film School, which was these little lessons about filmmaking concepts, like stage line or the coolest shopping experience. These little things that I thought were cool for film school.
Yeah.
And they were all, they had the graphics, and they were all this package, and I shot them all, and Ron did something to shoot them, some of them, and they were great.
Yeah.
But they did not move the needle. I didn't like suddenly get more subscribers out of it. Or those didn't get any more views than just talking to the cosplay girls did.
Right.
You know, or just, so it's like, well, I did like 8 or 9 of those. But then I just sort of wrapped it up, yeah. But then, I think YouTube has a thing right now, a grant they're giving away, I heard. I don't know, it's like $100 million or something. You don't get all of it. But, yeah, they want educational content. I was like, well, I have this show, I know how to make this show, give me some money and I'll make this show.
Right.
You know, I don't know if they're up for it, because what I need is like just to pay me to live for a year to make the show, because I can make it for almost nothing.
Yeah.
But I can't like live for nothing. I have to like be paid to, because the views cannot support me
Right.
until their, you know, strength of promotion can help.
No.
I would assume.
Have you found moving from platform to platform difficult or frustrating anywhere? You know, like, I know you said you're not really.
Well, I haven't really,
engaged
it's
yourself.
mostly just been on YouTube.
Right.
And I've tried Twitch, and it hasn't really took off. When I was live streaming, I was going through, I forget the name of it, Restream. You know, it would go to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. But I couldn't really watch both at the same time. I
Are you
only
using 2 separate cameras?
No.
Okay, so one
It
camera
was
going
one
to
feed
both.
to their gadget number, whatever, and then
Yeah.
both my numbers for the 2 services went out to their
Yeah.
stream key,
Yeah.
went out to them. And that was, I think, and I could only do 1 channel on YouTube. I wish I could do like 2 or 3 channels. I could get like my main channel and the crossword channel.
Okay. Yeah, so multiple channels on YouTube.
That would be the
It's
way.
not different platforms. Same platform, just.
Well, that plus
that.
Twitch and everything else.
Right, yeah, but.
But now I'm thinking, I got one friend who's a big YouTuber, Craig Benson, who just kind of quit doing YouTube videos. And now he's just doing live streams on Twitch. And he just like goofs around and plays the ukulele. And he has his audience loves it, and it's great. And there is that Twitch audience which you can grow if you know how to do it, I think.
Okay.
So I've thought about trying to just take the crossword operation, just put it on Twitch.
Yeah.
And do that and see if I can scare up some audience that way. I also like video games, so maybe I can do that too.
Yeah.
People are doing that already, I'm better at it, so.
Yeah. Do you wish that technology could help you solve some of this, and how would you want technology to help you with what you want to do? Like,
Well, gee, good question. I wish it was simpler, because like OBS is not transparent. And I've had to figure a lot of things out. I think I have, I mean, I taught classes how to do it, so I kind of got it, but it ain't easy.
yeah.
And like I just directed a live stream on an election day. Friends from the West Side Democratic headquarters.
Yeah.
And they got all these panelists and everything. And they said, the last thing, hey, can you help us do this? And they didn't know anything. And so I brought my computer and kind of set up the whole show.
Yeah.
And it worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
I was pleased that I had the experience to do that. But it was still not easy. Like I'd be streaming to Facebook, and I would look down and it would be like not streaming. I'd do the stream to the channel that they had set up, but then no one could find it. And I couldn't even find it to share.
Right.
You know, and it was like super confusing, because it was like I could set up a time, like we're doing tomorrow at 3, that's our show, log in there.
Yeah.
But then I could never get back to that. I could never stream to that
That thing.
thing. I was saying, it was just, and I know a lot about this.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out how to get to that.
Right. To where you said it's
To where I
meant to
set it
be.
up, yeah.
Right.
It just would start streaming. I don't know. It was just, and I couldn't tell if it would just start streaming or something.
Right.
At least YouTube, you set up your channel, it'll just keep going to your channel. If you stop the stream and start the stream, the same info will go to the same spigot.
Right.
If anyone goes there, it might
There it
save it
is.
as a file, but they're going to get it
Right.
because they're going to see it there. In the stream.
Right.
Facebook, not so much.
Okay. Okay. When you think about your audience and the things that you're doing, do you use like the analytics on YouTube at all?
Sure.
What do you look for in those analytics? What are you looking for?
Just sort of what has the views and what people are coming from. Mostly just what's getting the monetized views versus unmonetized views.
Okay.
Where traffic sources, where people are coming from,
Okay.
you know, like what keyword brought them in. You can't really see that, but like that's, because basically it's because you're talking, these are the videos that made any money this month. It shows you, you know, the
Yeah.
names of them. And it's, oh, that kind of video is still gonna make money in 5 years, because it still is,
Right,
you know.
okay.
And there's that kind of advice, I suppose. And then just take all that data and put it in trends. And say, well, look, I was doing videos every day for October that month. How much did I make that month? You know,
Right.
versus what I haven't done any. And like, you know, because my friend Greg, who's got like 5 million subscribers, every time he makes a video now, he just loses subscribers. Because there's something that, because they're like, oh, that guy, yeah, fuck him. And then he loses some subscribers. It's not like it's blowing up, because he had a few viral hits
Right.
that made him into a prankster, which he didn't want to even do. So he started having to do pranks all the time, got stuck in his own success.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And,
So now if he doesn't do a prank video,
yeah, it's not a prank, I just made sure he gets yelled at.
yeah.
And it's prank jerks who like want to see pranks. You know, his pranks are pretty friendly,
Yeah,
but not,
but still.
he got tired of kind of pandering to the audience he didn't even like. You know, so now it's just doing Twitch, which is just his personality being
Right.
funny.
Okay.
So that's, he likes that.
Um,
I don't know if that answers your question.
It did actually answer my question. Questions?
Go ahead.
No, I think it's good. I want to hear about the analytics and go through this, hear more about that analytics, what your thoughts are, so just keep that rolling. I
Yeah,
think you're,
My analytics.
yeah.
yeah, it's gonna start to really.
Do you engage with the audience in terms of like, if, are you answering comments, are you
Yeah.
responding?
Oh, yeah. When I was, well, again, the last year or so, I've done very little on YouTube, but up when I was doing it a lot, I would absolutely answer the comments,
Okay.
especially right away.
Right,
Like when I started pop in the early in the morning,
yeah,
and I'd get up and there'd be comments, I would answer them. And if someone ever wrote first, I would go back and get the emojis, give them a little trophy, you know?
yeah.
And then for second, they got a little ribbon, you know? But so I was kind of kicked out of the first, so I give them a trophy.
Yeah,
And I made a couple of kind of political videos that got a lot of really engaged dialogue.
interesting.
I made a gun control video, which I was really proud of, called, because you have to have a list and a number to make it, it was called the top 5 reasons to buy an assault rifle.
Okay.
And I thought, oh, because I thought I want to reach those people who want an assault rifle, I want them to see it.
Yeah,
And it was all about, well, they're really fun, you can shoot watermelons and all this stuff, you know, it's like, but I was like, well, but, you know, if you had to get a special license, would that be that hard? You know, and it was like all this kind of basically saying all the reasons you want them and basically not attacking them, but just sort of saying, yeah, but really?
yeah.
You're just going to murder people. I mean, they're murdering people, really. That's what they're really for. If you don't want to ever murder a bunch of people, just don't have that gun in your house. Anyway. And so that got a lot of discussion back and forth.
Yeah.
And a lot of kind of real good discussion. People,
Okay, so not just the
not just the
trolls
knee-jerk
or
comments,
comments, right, yeah,
there's plenty of that.
yeah,
You know, just the polemic jerk-offs. Like whenever we get anti-Trump, we get like a lot of that. It's automatic.
yeah, it just happens.
But, you know, just like trying to correct some little, you people are terrible, this little niggling little detail. And, well, AR-15 is not an assault rifle. It's like, oh, for Christ's sake. AR. But apparently AR stands for Armor Light Rifle. Doesn't stand for assault rifle. It's like a brand name.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
there's actually just a story about this.
Yes.
Yes. Were we listening to it together?
Yes.
Yes.
And it's not really, but anyway, so it's like people find one little infinitesimal factual error.
And there's somebody that can put their stamp on it and say, ah, gotcha.
Gotcha. You know, they go, educate yourself. This is not full on.
Use apostrophe.
Yeah. But you know, like the guy in San Francisco or in Vegas proved this. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Because that's how you used to hold them. You just hold it like a loop loose, and it's a fully automatic machine. We're not even talking about
Right. That's fine. We digress.
that. Okay.
So you mentioned you mentioned
It's okay, I'm from Boston, we're blue
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Fantastic.
You mentioned, a few different tools you use, and obviously you have a technical background and you have technical aptitude for hardware and cinematography things. What other tools do you use in your, what kind of storage? Do you have like local storage that you use?
Yeah,
Oh.
storage.
Any editing sound, what
How you
editing software
archive
do you
it?
use?
I use Final Cut Pro 10,
Okay.
which I love. I also have Premiere, which I don't use, but I don't have to. I use that for 360 content because it was the only way to really do it. Now I think Apple's caught up with that. But I've kind of given up on 360 at that time, so, because no one cares.
Right.
No one wants to see the 360 video.
Do you think you'll go back to it though?
I might, to Premiere, or to,
Well, just to use 360 video again, like to see.
well, I have the cameras and stuff,
Right.
but,
I mean, knowing you're kind of an ahead of your time kind of guy, do you think that, you know, you might echo
well, I was
that
happy,
and
like,
see?
a bunch of cameras came out that were like, these are like Kodak made a camera that's just one camera, and they gave me one.
Yeah.
To like, and I shot a bunch of stuff with it, and it wasn't that good, and I like told the engineers, look, here's what's wrong with your fucking camera, you guys, you made some bad choices here.
Right.
Like, but the good camera, they made it so the joints are here, right? It's like a higher quality camera that shoots that much, and a lower quality camera that shoots like 270 degrees, or 240. And so, when you're looking forward, you get you get the join here and here. Like, look, it's like, guys, just turn it around. It's like a software thing, just make the back the front. And then, you know, you look, wow, this is fantastic, you go, well, yeah, I guess there's a flaw back there.
Right, but it's back there.
It's back there.
Right.
And it's like trying to do a shot of all of you, there would be a crease right here. And it's like, it's like, guys, I
Yeah.
talked to their Japanese engineers who were there at CES, and they're like, so I don't know. The camera they were working on, which I could tell you because it was there, was like a camera that unfolded into, it was like back to back, and it unfolded flat like that into a binocular.
Yeah.
Like my idea is.
Yeah.
But it was like a back to back into the side by side, with
Right.
the same two lenses. It was a clever idea.
All right, your other question was about cloud.
Yeah, storage. You have
I
the
know,
storage and.
I have a lot of
Exactly.
There it is.
It's this camera.
And there you
That's cool.
Yeah.
This is.
I have, let's see, I have a Mac tower like that, and then I have a thingy, Thunder Bay deal with I think it's got four 4 terabyte drives in it.
Wow.
Server, set up for redundancy and stuff.
No, it's just like, they've had it in one at a time, and then taken it back, put a double sized one in, you know.
Okay.
And then I probably have as much space as that on external drives that are the backups. But I bought that computer in August, I still haven't done the backup to that's all whole backups now, so I'm gonna do that.
So you don't really use cloud storage?
Well, I use iCloud,
Mm-hmm.
so my whole, in the last year, somehow they've taken your whole desktop and documents folders, and now they're just in the cloud. They back them up in your iCloud by magic. I never asked for that, but I'm glad that it does that, so I use iCloud. But for my actual files that I use, for like my media, I don't back
It's all local storage.
That's all just local.
Okay.
So lightning strikes,
Yeah. All physical storage.
it's all there.
Yeah.
It's all physical storage.
All right.
Mostly spinning, a couple of old hard drives that are solid state, but they're too small and expensive.
All right, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this product idea that we're investigating. So, his product description is kind of high level, and what I want you to do is read through this. Someone put my arms way far away from me. So, if you like something, highlight it in orange. If you
Okay.
really hate something, put it in blue. Or if you just think it's useless or confusing, you can put it in
Like as a messaging, or it's just an actual thing?
No, it's an actual thing. So,
Okay.
so if this is it, so your phone
Okay.
weighs a pound. Oh yeah, I love that, right? So it's,
Okay.
if this is an actual product, what pieces of this are you gonna like? And that's the
Great.
orange.
Just extra suite of tools to put you in charge of your live content. Okay. What's the sharpest, not highlighter, okay.
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. You can zoom right over it.
All right. Extreme provides all familiar messaging features your customers to. So this is all prepared for what's next. It's fine. Distributed cover. Multiple destinations, I like that. Simultaneously. Guaranteed consistent bit rate, that's nice. Archive your broadcasts in the cloud. Easy editing. Okay, that seems like it's a good idea. All right. Centralized analytics dashboard. Okay, that's a good idea. Live augmentation, that's like party hats and stuff, right?
Yep. Or like an overlay on the bottom.
No, that's like, if live on vacation, that's like to keep your hand here.
Yes.
So, 4K 360, I invented 980. No one was doing that. I invented it. Now there's like 3 different cameras out there too.
Yeah, that do it.
Overlays, representation. You can really broadcast 4K 360? I find that cool. It's possible. Hosted with your wireless carrier to provide your bandwidth. Minimize lag. That seems like a good idea. I can't find any blues in here, any negatives.
Excellent. Cool.
Prioritize your bandwidth. I'll be surprised if you could do that, but and minimize lag. If you want to minimize lag, because that's a problem. Highest quality issues. So I think they're not high of a quality stream. You know, it's like just the get, you know.
Right, so it's not lagging, it's not.
Yeah, the lag
broken out,
is
no
just
installation.
like stop it.
Right.
Because even on YouTube, from my desk on Ethernet, they'll be like, oh, it's lagging, and it's slow, and somehow it's like, I don't know how, because I have real fast internet,
Yeah.
somehow it's still lags.
Yeah. Is that taking into account the fact that those things actually pause, like, you know, it takes 4 seconds for it to catch up with you?
Yeah, I mean, because I know, like on Watchers, I can see it kind of through live, and usually it just goes great. It's just like there's a delay of 10 seconds or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
whatever the buffer is, right?
And yeah, but then once in a while, it'll just fall apart. People say, oh, I can't catch up. And there's so little video information. It's like a crossword puzzle. It's black and white, and like letters.
It's not
change.
moving.
It's hardly,
Yeah.
you know,
It's not swirling.
it's hardly like a twister.
Yeah.
You know, so shocking. It just slows way down, and then just can't handle it. Anyway.
So tell me what you liked about this. What have you got highlighted for us?
Puts you in charge of your live content. That's, you know, an appealing concept, and you're in charge of it. As far as familiar live stream and a host of new ones, it's like that sort of everything has. It's for that just seems like doesn't mean anything. It's like unless you have like a specific new one, it was, you know, you're really trying to like this ability to go 4K 360 live. That's kind of a big deal.
Right.
You know, that's like a whopper. That you can't do that.
Yeah.
Some things I like the multiple destinations. The guy should be on your app in the hall, actually.
Yeah.
You go boop, 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 and just go on all of the different things
Yes.
just immediately.
Immediately.
That's cool.
And you can choose which one you want to go to, based upon your audience.
Yeah.
Right, you can like, just,
You can say I want to be on Twitch and I want to be on, you know,
Yeah.
YouTube, but I don't want to be on Twitter.
it's just like, it's like the Lord and stuff, so yeah.
Yeah.
Guaranteed? Just a bit rate? Really?
That's correct.
That's amazing. Guaranteed. And archiving is good, because that's what I see on YouTube, is it's then there, to keep making money for you
Right.
later in the future. And something like, I guess, Facebook, I guess it's there, but there's a whole other step, and it's a little iffy, and Instagram is kind of gone.
Yeah. Instagram stories go away.
Yeah. I still do them, but I feel like it's just piss in the ocean. They're gone.
Yeah.
Most people are really paying close attention to you.
Yeah.
And most people hate watching them. God, how many of these are there? For God's sake, I just want to see all those cheesecakes. Post. And analytics, that's interesting. Like, I don't know what, I've never had any analytics from my live streams besides like, you had this many people watch.
Right.
And I'd like to see more of that, you know. I mean, you get like a chart about when you came and went, I guess.
Right. But some other kind of analytics as well, like, you know, where they're coming from, or, you know, how long they stayed, or
Yeah, that's
do they
cool.
comment, or things like that.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
It doesn't mention, there's interactive things on Twitch I've heard about, like, okay, I tip you and pay you and subscribe and give you little thing donuts.
Okay.
I don't know how that fits in.
Is that something you would actually like, this idea that
I
people could give you a tip, or they could say, yeah, I support you, I'll support you
Yeah,
monetarily on some
yeah,
level?
for sure.
or-
That
yeah.
kind of built in monetization
Yeah.
ability.
Yeah.
To be able to say, like, hey, everybody, we're fundraising for this thing right now. If we get this many blah, 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 so we can do
Such and
this
such a
thing.
school, we're doing this for such and such a whatever,
Exactly,
yeah, yeah.
you know. That seems like it'd be very valuable to some people who have an alliance to support it.
Right.
And that'd be a good thing to pursue.
Streamathon, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, or like, do a live stream or Kickstarter or whatever.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna actually Brian a little bit about this. Now, this is a prototype, it's not fully functional, but this is, just to give you an idea
You
of
can
what
hold
this
this, Mark.
Okay.
You are not live on your own channels, but you're currently live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube.
It's this camera right here. Okay, okay.
Yeah, so currently live across all of these platforms. The app also supports Twitter, Periscope, and Mixer.
Okay.
As you can see and you're messing around with, is it's also taking in chat from the various platforms that you're streaming to.
Is this just simulated right now, right?
No, this is actually the live prototype.
Okay.
So as
Oh, so people are. So who's watching? Who are these people? Who's watching? Hey, everybody!
Social media accounts.
You're doing a great job. Is it still raining? Santa Monica?
So one of the features of this app is, and it's still in development, but if you were to hit this button, which it's not going to do anything at this time, but it's pairing with a third-party external camera.
Okay.
So in this case, this is a 4K 360 camera. We've tested it already. It does work. We did not have the updated build for it.
Okay.
But it's really getting content creators like yourself to understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as you started talking about that, we all looked
Oh,
at
that's
each other.
the
and were
views.
like,
Yeah. A friend of mine's a big. Okay, go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the concept of this app could pair with any third-party external camera, obviously from
Logitech,
yeah, 2D, 3D,
Uh-huh.
VR, and 4K. And
That's cool.
at the end of the day, we want to make a creator's life easier to be able to broadcast and engage with all their fans across all different platforms.
That's cool. So this is not connected though.
This is not connected, but it's getting a feel for, do you like two devices in your hand? Is it?
How would you manage this, right? So.
Well, okay. If I had this and it worked, like the live stream I've done before is my ukulele club, and we and I actually I invented this. This is going to sound ridiculous. I had a disco ball. It was motorized, and I had a little tripod sitting on top of it with a webcam. And it was just like, and I could just put the phone there, and it was broadcasting back to, OBS.
Yeah.
Actually, it wasn't OBS, it was Livestream at the time. And then I had a little switch that I could rotate it. It would rotate around. Because we're sitting at a table like this, and it could rotate around and shoot, and it would just go around and around and around.
Right.
And film everybody.
Right.
And it was
playing.
cool.
Yeah.
And I thought, God, if I had a 360 camera, I could do that in the middle of the room. And I've tried to do that, but there just never was the bandwidth for it.
Right.
Because then you could talk to it, and then people could just pan around and look wherever they want to look.
Yeah.
And that'd be cool.
Yeah, because they could say, okay, that person's not doing chords, or they're doing more picking, and I want to watch that happen, or I want to see this particular person's style or something.
Yeah,
They
and it's
could
just
pan
like a
around too.
little round table sort of situation to have a camera in the middle. You can transmit the whole thing, like I did on my podcast. I have a thing. Basically when I did the camera side by side like this.
Yeah.
I built an owl that I made that the cameras fit in this owl. It's really cool. And one year I was at VidCon with my binocular camera filming people. Nobody cared. The next year I came back with the owl with the same camera in it. People lost their minds. And everyone wanted to take a picture with the owl and hear about it and find out what it was doing. And it was recording 180.
So people were like,
VR.
oh,
They're
they're-
like, that's
they're being
awesome,
filmed, right,
yeah. And, and so at my podcast, I'd have that there. We could live stream both people sitting across from each other doing the podcast. And people could watch it live and look back and forth or whatever. And that would be handy. That'd be handy.
Yeah. All right, cool. And what do you think about the way it's pulling in comments from all those places? Does that seem interesting to you? Do you see any drawbacks to that, or you like the idea that it can pull
Well, if you're going to
comments?
broadcast, in multiple places, you want the comments from all the places.
Right.
Otherwise, you leave it a bunch of people kind of unserved.
Right.
Right,
And people, if they don't feel seen, they don't want to be there. They're there to be seen,
right,
or to feel like they're being seen.
right, to be part of the, what's going on.
Yeah, you know, and you go, hey, Brian, Stavis.
So if you had separation, if you
Hey,
had
I shout out to Brian. I just shouted out to you, Brian, without even saying that. Brian is apparently on 2 different platforms.
Yes, he's talented.
I suspect he might be a shill.
Yes.
Yeah,
But not a troll.
not a troll.
Not a
Heck
troll,
no.
but a shill.
So if you had the ability to kind of identify folks who were usually coming to your broadcast, right, and they have a different kind of icon.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Would that be a
cool.
winner?
Like a person who's a regular,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
or like
get-
I've given them a little crown or
Yeah,
something.
they're in the room, and you're like, ooh.
Because that's like when I do my puzzles. The people will come like, oh yeah, that guy's back. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I haven't seen you in a long time. And they love that,
Yeah.
and that helps a lot.
Would you want to type chat back to them, or would you rather express it verbally?
Well, you can't be typing. If you're talking, if you're trying to address everybody, you can't go in there and type chat back to them.
Right.
I can see how that might be useful at some situation, but I can't imagine.
Some people use it, if you mention a product or a link in your, verbally, you could say, okay, I have comments now.
Yeah, if you're doing like a ukulele video, like a how to get started playing
Right.
ukulele, right? You could then say, oh, and here's a good basic music book.
It'd be
to
good
learn
to be able to
chords.
stick a link in,
Yeah, be able to stick a link.
copy and paste or whatever,
Yeah.
to stick
Yeah.
a link in.
Yeah.
Can I do that? Chat. So I figure it out. Oh,
Yeah.
that turn the chat
It
off.
doesn't do anything right now, but that's the question is, when the company builds it, should they build in the ability to,
Yeah, well,
allow
like
you-
on YouTube, I can write in my own chat,
right,
and yeah, that's a good idea.
yeah.
And you don't tend to on the phone, but it'd be nice to be like, okay, here's that URL.
Right.
You should go copy paste whatever.
Yeah, all right.
If you had the ability to do like an after party, so say you finish your broadcast on the after party and you have and to get in there would be a select way for your fan base to possibly pay for it.
It'd be like a live stream after the live stream. That'd
Yeah.
be cool.
Yeah,
Sure. How would you do that? Just like give it a password or something?
yeah. I mean, maybe if you're, like you said, you did some live streams at like film festivals,
Yeah.
you do film festival stuff. That's that kind of thing that you could be like, okay, so live party and the, after party in this, on the red carpet.
And you
Or
may
whatever.
Have, you may have folks in your community or your solid go-tos. I mean, they're
Yeah.
the best in your circle that you want to have always.
Right.
After show.
But it does seem like the goal always is to maximize the audience, though, right? To exclude people seems kind of,
But it's also to reward very loyal
Yeah.
people. So,
Sure.
if you had these diehard fans, whether they're contributors or just good conversationalists and you want to give them a VIP experience.
well, that's the same as like, you like the,
It's the flip
your
side of
Patreon
distribution.
supporters come to the special thingy or whatever.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
Patreon only live stream. Like Weezy Waiter, a friend of mine does that, he has his Patreon only live
Right.
streams,
yeah.
And you show up and there's like one person, because people don't really care that much about that
Right.
stuff.
And also, it's one of those, like, if you have 100 Patreon fans, how
Yeah.
many are going to be available at that time?
Exactly, yeah.
So, all right, so I wanted
This
to
is an
start
incredible
to get
camera,
that
whatever
done.
phone this is. I mean, it's time
It's
to
a
go.
Motorola, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's very crispy.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very crispy. All right. Doesn't have the beauty filter on it, so I'm not looking at it.
I don't know, I look pretty good. I don't look pretty good.
Everyone keeps going, this is really good in this game.
It's fix the lighting. See, right?
Hi, Lauren.
I don't know, after like 10 hours of being in this room, I don't know if any of
All
this
right.
looks very good.
This is what we call a card store. We do this a lot when developing websites and products, right? So essentially, on each card, there is a potential feature of this potential product, right? So multi-camera broadcast, or 360, or archiving, things
Just
like
said
that.
you
So
need to run the demo
what
for
you
the
do
next
is
one, so
read
it's fine.
through those,
The only
and
thing
you sort them into three
I've heard
different
this spiel
categories.
enough is just
One
I
is
want me to get it up on the
so
TV.
So I just
this
sent
is gonna
you
just
all
be,
the
it's
Okay.
either not specifically you think it's bad, but just because it's not something you would do, it's not something you like, right? This is a nice to have, like, I would really like to have this thing, but it's not absolutely necessary for me to want this product ultimately. And then the must-haves are things that literally, it has to have this or else I'm not interested in this, like.
If it shuts off, you can just pick go live again.
Right, the tool.
Which ones to
right? So
go?
the tool, you put some baseline